Where the fuck is McClay? Awesome. This is the Bogcast, episode 110. I'm Keith Obit, joined with my best friend, Brian McClay. Today we are joined with one of our other good old best friends that we've known for about, what we're saying, 25 years?
25 years?
Somewhere.
Yeah, almost 30 years.
Yeah, close to 30.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's somewhere in there. We were children.
Childrens.
We was childrens.
So what's up, Jay Maynard?
Chilling.
Hanging out.
Finally got someone rocking a Where the Fuck is McClay shirt.
Yeah.
He's got a variant.
Sorry. My gut's stretching out the lettering. I ordered it on
Teespring.
what was it?
Quick plug.
Like 3 days ago. I ordered it like 3 or 4 days ago.
And it got to you that fast?
Yeah, I paid extra.
You had to pay an extra $9 for
Yeah.
the shipping.
I didn't know at first, so I paid for extra shipping, and initially it said it'd be here Christmas Eve, and then on Teespring it said the 29th. So I was like, fuck. I'm like, oh well. And then it showed up when it said on the tracking. So I was like, hell yeah.
Nice.
So I paid a little extra for it. And then there was like, I was telling Keith, there's extra, like you could pay like $15 extra to get it like 2 days. I'm like, I mean, I like McClay and all, but
not for that $15.
I'm not paying $15.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
well, we appreciate you buying the shirt.
Yeah.
Well, it is actually a variant. So
It is a variant.
The
front, I would show you the back, but it's the same as the front.
Well, no, it's not
Except
because the
it has
font's
cursive.
actually
Yeah,
different.
different font, but I mean, you guys get the idea.
I guess that's what happens when two stoners are creating the
the
same
PNG
shit.
files. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
You probably actually had to pay more because there was a
Because
back.
of the variant. Yeah.
It wasn't extra shipping. It was
Yeah.
just
Well, no, when you
It's
add art
one
to
of
the back
three.
of the shirt, it
Yeah.
actually you have to pay more for it.
Oh, because extra ink.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It's a good business model.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Right on, man. Well, fuck. I was checking last time you came on. It was like episode 20 and shit. So
It was a year.
Well,
Oh
we
no!
saw
Last
you
time I was here was a year ago, but yeah, that was
because we saw you at the Jonah thing,
yeah.
and then
That was like 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
This is the beginning.
damn, we've been doing this.
It was
for
only
2
like-
years.
Almost.
Was it like-
February.
We started February 2000. Oh fuck.
It was like in the 20s, maybe.
Yeah, 20. It was 20. I checked today.
Was it
At
episode 20?
Yeah.
Nice round number. Hey, 110.
How's the beard been?
He's been all right. He's getting a little gray there.
Yeah,
For
they
people
call
who
that,
don't
you know what they
know-
call that? I was informed that they call that something. You know what they
Old.
call it?
Old hairs.
Nope, they call it a villain stripe.
Is it?
That's cool.
Mine are all underneath here.
Mine's right here.
Yeah,
He does look
like
evil.
in the sides.
Yeah.
It's weird.
You were rocking that thing before anybody, dude.
Yeah,
Before like beards were cool.
I mean, I've had different versions like throughout time, but this one I've rocked steadily for about 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, I started it 10 years ago.
It feels like even longer than that.
Well, I mean, I always had like
A beard.
kind of a beard, or because
Yeah, but you were one of the first people, like Keith says, to really
Yeah.
rock the long
Like
beard.
you had it for like
Yeah.
2 years, and all of a sudden, everyone was rocking beards. Like it was like a trend that happened.
yeah,
For sure.
you know, I do things. Things happen.
Do you ever have thoughts of shaving it off?
Don't follow anything I do.
Does it ever annoy you, and you're like, "Fucking, I just want to shave it off"?
Sometimes when I'm sleeping, it like I'll move and I'll trap it in my armpit. You know, I used to
Yeah, let's talk about the cons of a beard.
Yeah.
the cons of a beard. Syrup,
Like that long.
syrup sucks. Ice cream cones. I mean, really anything.
You gotta do
And
one
it's
of
not
these.
so
Cum?
much. Yeah. It's not so. Yeah, cum. I thought that was my show. We talk about cum all the time. Now I feel at home. Talk about cum.
You talk about whatever you want. dude.
Poops and comes.
Gale mans, you mean?
It's more so the mustache over the beard, like because mine. I mean, it hangs past my bottom lip, but it's certain things. Like if I eat chicken wings on the bone, like I just have to shove the thing in my mouth and just be like, and just rip all the meat off.
You don't trim your mustache at all?
When I bite it when I eat.
Oh, that would drive me
Yeah.
crazy, man.
I'll be eating something and all of a sudden it's like
Yeah.
spitting out chunks of my mustache.
So here's another thing about beards, right? That a lot of people don't realize. You should never wash your beard with shampoo.
Well, I mean, no, it's not shampoo. You're not supposed to use like the 2-in-1s.
Yeah, you don't want to dry it out.
Yeah, I do though. So
my brother goes, man, my beard is like dry. It's like cracking off. He goes, and I wash it every day. I go, what do you mean you wash it? He goes, well, I use Head and Shoulders on my beard. I go,
no.
dude, what are you
like,
doing?
Yeah,
dude?
that's like dandruff shit.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. So the way I look at it is if I'm using my beard balm, Crazy Cactus beard balm, if I'm using my beard balm, sorry, that's our
No, that's good. No, you're good.
it's good stuff. If I don't always put balm or oil in it because I don't want it to mess up my skin underneath. I don't want to get like zits or whatever.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to be bombing it that day, I use a 2-in-1, but it's Cremo from like a barber shop.
Yeah, that's what I use too.
And
Cremo,
it works
yeah.
really
It's great.
good. And I mean, I don't get dry or anything, so I can wash every day if I want to. But if I am going to be using balm or oil, I will only use a shampoo because then I'm already hydrating it. I don't want to put extra oil or extra whatever in it to make it. I don't know.
Is there daily care that you have to do to maintain it?
Yeah.
I guess.
Like
at
how
this
much time
point,
are you
no,
putting?
I don't put any time into it. It's not.
Do you have to
Like,
brush
You
it?
wash it.
I brush it. I wash it. I brush it
Every day? Do you have to brush it?
Yeah, I brush it.
Every day.
If I see, that's
I've
the
never
reason
had one. Mine's
Yeah.
probably been about as big as his.
The
ever.
reason I have to wash mine a lot too is because it's so coarse and there's so much of it. I mean, it will knot up and dread, and it's just that's the worst. My daughter hears me every morning when I'm getting ready for work. I'll brush my beard out. I'll brush my beard out before my shower, and she'll just hear me. I'm just like start brushing. And I'm like, ow, ow, because it just knots up and just pulls your face down. So I'm like, ah. So I mean, I used to like take tons of care of it, like make sure it was always shaped, and I used mustache wax and all that stuff. And I'm like, this sucks, man. Yeah, I'm like, what am I, abroad? Like no, I don't know. It's just a beard, man.
It makes it look more tough when it's not as maintained.
Yeah,
you know?
because I used to shape it and it used to be long. There's that picture at your house. I don't know if it was for your birthday.
How long is it?
Right
no,
now?
I mean that it's ever been
Oh no, the longest it's ever been was almost my waistline.
down to your sack.
Yeah, like I have.
his waistline.
Yeah, I mean right now.
Well, I'm just thinking if it was like it's all the way just down there.
I mean it's almost to my belly button right now. So, but it's not the longest. It was long. We were at your house and I took that hardcore pose in front of the dog poop, and I was all. I'm like, hey, take my picture in front of this pile of dog shit. I don't know why, but I did. But my beard was fucking long as shit. And that was when I used to shape it because it was all like
I was about to say,
wizard
yeah.
looking,
Yeah. Yeah, you
But,
shaped
I
it.
don't
Now
know.
you just don't give a shit.
That'll be dope when you're wizard looking. It's all gray.
Yeah, I know. I'll be Gandalf the Gray in no time. So, yeah, I don't know. I just don't care. I don't have anybody to impress. I work and I go home.
Yep. And you podcast.
Yeah.
Talk
So-
about what's the name of your podcast?
Not for human consumption. You can find all of our wares and our Patreon. Everything's on our website, nfhcpodcast.com. We're on YouTube, Spotify, the Apple Podcasts,
I'll put links up.
Patreon. We've got a Discord that's out of control when we do our live shows. If you do our $10 Patreon subscription, it's out of control, man. Our subscribers are absolutely crazy. We actually I sent in a picture of, remember when I had my handlebar mustache? So I sent that because we have this guy Jason in our Discord that does all the
Photoshop
the
shit?
face, the deep fakes.
Yeah.
We do the face, whatever
Uh-huh.
on, and that picture works on everything. Like any movie, whatever. He put me as Bill Murray on Ghostbusters, and it all just
I love
works
shit like that.
so perfect. And it's the scene where he comes out and he's like, "We came, we saw, we kicked his ass," but it's me. And it's funny too because when I look at it, I see my dad. It looks just like my dad, and but I mean, it works on everything, even like Leonardo DiCaprio on
Titanic.
Everything.
Well, he's
That's the
he's in so
original
many
deepfake,
memes.
yeah.
Like, every
Die
movie
Hard.
that he does.
Oh,
is a meme.
I look great on
Bruce Willis.
on Bruce
body.
Willis. I have been Forrest Gump. I have been.
They put you on any chicks?
Yeah, I was just gonna say Jamie Lee Curtis in
Trading Places.
No, Saturday Night Fever. Was it Saturday Night Fever? The one with John Travolta. There's like a scene where they're like doing jazzercise, and my face is on Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's like all stretching out with her butt. I'm still hot, but yeah.
What is
it's funny.
I'm like honestly not very familiar with Discord. When are you gonna start
It's
playing
basically
WoW?
just
You play
basically like a place where you can chat, you can post pictures, you can talk,
Yeah,
you can. It's like
but you can live stream too.
yeah.
So that's what we do on our because we record every Friday, and
you do a live, right?
yeah, I'm terrible at electronic computer, all that stuff, so I'm probably gonna screw all this up talking about it. But it's basically we can go in, and it's our Discord is basically and we have several different chat rooms. We have like we have one called the Film Bar where Matt tries to do it every Sunday where we'll actually watch movies with our fans. Like we'll pick a movie and we'll all sit there and watch it in the Discord because you can live stream the movie, and we'll just sit there and it's more so. I haven't done it yet because I got shit going on Sundays, but they just sit there and like shit talk and make fun of stuff.
So it's a way to
place to
interact with
hang
the
out.
audience.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
so,
cool.
but for our main one, it's it's behind a paywall. You pay $10, and then you actually see all the live stuff as it's happening. No edits, no nothing. And our show is usually around 2.5 hours long, but we're on there from like 9 until like 1 in the morning. So it's there's a lot that happens. We can unmute our Discordians or whatever you want to call them, and they'll talk to us and we're talking.
Oh, they're actually like talking to you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh,
We can
okay,
unmute
cool.
them. They're usually on their computers. We can pull their video up too,
Oh,
and we
okay,
can see
cool.
them. Like we take shots and stuff like that. So if somebody has a shot, we'll turn their camera on, and we'll all just sit there and take shots together or whatever.
That's badass.
And then then we mute them all when we actually do the show. And then our Discord is going. The chat room's going while we're doing the show, so people participate.
That's sick.
So it's not just people aren't just waiting to hear it. Like, they're interacting with the show. So the show's ever changing. Like the atmosphere during the show changes.
Yeah, that's part of
complete
the show
course.
is with
That's
the audience. Yeah.
Yeah, like people always ask, "What's your show about?" I'm like, oh, it's fucking dick and fart jokes. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like no,
I hate that too.
Yeah, our
actually.
second half is segment. Like that's all. We plan all that out, but the first half is just kind of whatever happens, happens. And it could be, we could have some of us. We could have ideas of what we want to talk about, but it's usually if something happens before we actually start, like the actual recording, that ends up being the whole first hour and a half, and usually somebody gets zeroed in on, and they kind of just get get fucked with. Or
We have a Discord link through our Patreon. We don't use Discord, so I didn't even know actually how.
You guys
how
should
it
look
works
into
or-
it. I mean, because you guys got a pretty big fan base.
Well, we're just at some point I think we'll do maybe a live show, but I don't think we'll do continuous live shows. You know what I mean?
Well, and I know, and the live show it's tough. Like there's a lot that goes into it.
For sure, I bet.
I don't know what all goes into it because I just show up. But I don't do
You
the
mean
computer
as far
stuff.
as the cameras and all that?
We've
Yeah, there's
got
a lot. Yeah.
there's Matt's got his own laptop and he's running things because he does all the sounds and the videos and everything. And then Dylan does all the recording and he sets up the because we have graphics for everything, for cut scenes, and like our logo comes up and it's like on fire. Just simple stuff. And then he kind of cuts the stuff in and out, the sound, and then Matt will do the sounds.
Is this on YouTube Live also?
Yeah, we have YouTube.
So don't you get censored like a motherfucker?
Oh
because
yeah,
of that?
dude. We
Like,
get
you must get strikes like crazy.
We get strikes all the time, and sometimes they'll tell you, because
they're lame. Like
Yeah.
as far as their
the
policies
show
and
is
shit
it's
now.
apropos of what it like is in the show. The name of the show, not for human consumption. I mean, it's I like it because my extra weird side comes out, and I can talk about a lot of the people I hang out with. Like, I can talk to you guys and be as weird as I absolutely
Well, let's
want to
do it.
be.
What the fuck?
you
Why are you
know?
holding back here?
No, I'm not holding back. No, I'm not holding back. I'm saying like for like outside of this, like newer friends, stuff like that. I'm like, I can't really be as like weird and gross and like talk about stupid shit because they're just like, what? Which I get a kick out of as well.
Yeah, I know, but I know you can be humorous in an odd way
Mhm.
from people that you do first meet. Because I have a friend who, I'll tell you who it is off air, but I remember when he first met you. I guess you guys had both gone to the men's room at the same time, coincidentally. And then while you guys were standing next to each other, you just looked out over him and go, "Hey, you want to cross streams?" And
What?
yeah, and he thought that was so fucking funny. And that you literally met him an hour before.
Really?
Because he comes out to me and he goes, "Bro, your friend Jay's so funny." I go, "Why?" He goes, "He just asked me if I wanted to cross streams."
Wow.
And I was like, he is funny. Well, as a matter of
I don't
fact,
remember that.
dude, the first question you ever asked me in my life when I picked you up in the blue minivan and we're
Yeah.
driving, you're in the back. I think bro was riding shotgun.
Yeah.
You go, "Hey, Keith, so do you masturbate?" I was like, it was like
nice
60.
icebreaker.
I just want to see if you're, I just want to see how healthy your prostate is. I can't wait to find out who that was that I asked.
No,
to,
you have your, cool, unique way of.
I want to know who I asked.
I think breaking it.
asked to play Ghostbusters with in the bathroom. That's funny. That's good stuff. I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, I mean, it definitely sounds like me.
It was one night when we were hanging out at the Cobra Bar. This was probably like at least 3 or 4 years ago.
God, yeah, that was forever ago. That was a long time ago.
Are those places still around? They're probably not around anymore, right?
I don't know what
Everything-
Cobra
don't
Bar's
know.
doing with this shit.
There was an arcade bar supposed to be opening up in Surprise called Player One Arcade.
Yeah.
The sign's up. But they were still in construction. It was supposed to open in March.
Ooh.
So and then the world ended.
Yeah.
So, but
Oof.
I don't know. Surprise is crazy though. People don't give a shit out there.
No, I hear mortars going off every night, bro.
Yeah.
It sounds like, I swear to God, like
Yeah.
12, 15 mortars. They sound like,
Yeah. Yeah.
those type of mortars.
Yeah.
What is it?
They're fireworks
Yeah.
or something. They're
They
like,
do that down here.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
they're probably shooting at, what's that shit called? That when you shoot it,
Oh,
it blows-
tannerite?
Tannerite or
Yeah.
something,
Probably. Yeah. It's Surprise. The people out there don't give a shit. Like if I try my best to only go do like drive-through stuff. Like if I have to do
Oh, for
something
sure,
or sometimes I'll order toiletries, things like that online, have it come. I don't like going to the grocery store. I mean, I don't like going to grocery stores anyways prior to the pandemic. So that place, they're
You
filthy.
just fucking see this Safeway. It's insane.
Oh, I just
It's
went
crazy.
there.
That place
Tell you
sucks.
what though, that Safeway, if you're single, that's a good place to mingle right there. There was just hot broads left and right. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, this
Midtown
place
Phoenix,
would be-
bro.
I'm like, bars aren't the
Phoenix,
place. Yeah.
period, man.
Bars aren't the place anymore, man.
There is no bars.
So when you reach for the same bag of bread, you're like, oh hey, what's up? Touch
Is that
hands
your move?
slightly. Did you touch me? Oh, sorry. Forget about the
Weirdo.
pandemic. Yeah, that's my move.
And then you cough.
So the Hawaiian rolls. But I mean, every place is freaking packed out there.
Surprise.
Yeah.
There's a tailgaters El Primo.
Yeah, I hear it every
Packed.
night, bro. I hear it
Yeah,
every night.
you have
Well, I
the one.
think
You have
that's
the new
why-
one right by
yeah.
you. It's
We're the most spiked, I think, right now as far as.
yeah. I mean, it's.
Where are you at with it? You just trying to stay home and be safe?
Yeah,
and-
I'm not overly doing. I'm not
Yeah, me
like,
too.
"Ugh,"
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not like, I'm not walking around and like John Travolta and Boy in the Bubble.
Wasn't
I'm-
that Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal.
That was the comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bubble Boy.
Yeah. I'm not like, I'm careful. I wear my mask. I respect companies. I wear my mask where I got to wear my mask. I don't really go anywhere. I have like one friend that I hang out with outside. We do the podcast. And you know, everybody takes necessary precautions, but I mean, how far can you actually go without, you know, becoming agoraphobic or,
Oh yeah, I know.
you know, I mean, showering yourself in
Fear?
Antibacterial.
Fear.
Yeah. You know, like there's a healthy sense of surroundings, and then there's fear, you know, like know where you're going and what you're doing. Don't be terrified of everything. I mean, because people that are still I mean,
You still have to live your life.
you still have to live your life.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it's,
Well, what do you think about, like, I mean, say for example, they fucking there's 30,000 restaurants in LA, and
Yeah.
they don't allow the fucking outdoor dining.
mhm.
In the meantime, you could fucking literally fly from New York to LA,
Yeah.
go and fucking shop in the
That's-
mall and fly back to
that's
New
what
York.
I'm saying.
Like,
That
I don't
there's-
get it.
The inconsistencies in how it's all being handled is that's what doesn't make sense to me.
It's money.
Of course it is.
There's
you know?
been more transfer of wealth in the
Yeah,
in
exactly.
this. Yeah,
The billionaires are fucking make
trillionaires
more
now.
fucking money
Yeah.
than ever
And
was
the
last
poor
year.
get poorer.
Yeah.
It's
you
like
know?
they're just weeding out the middle class, so we're just the worker bees and then the
Mhm.
fucking rich.
Ari Shafir had on Tim Dillon the other day.
Oh, that was amazing.
It was such a good podcast.
I love
And-
Tim Dillon.
Yeah, and Ari Shafir, I love Ari Shafir because he never has moved from this theory. He's like, nothing's gonna change until the people take it. He's always been the one that has said,
Like burn it down.
"Yeah, burn it down."
That's, you know,
Yeah.
and I say that too, and it seems like such an archaic way of thought or antiquated thought where it's, you know,
Well, that's a simplistic way of
aren't,
saying
yeah,
it.
people aren't happy with things that are going on. Well, you know, where we have the ability to change that.
Yeah.
We have the ability.
Doesn't feel like it though, man.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
We have it's there, and then that right there is that's a whole different set of fear. You know what I mean? When it comes to that, we are allowed to. There's part of our Constitution, things that were written. The power is to the people, but the people have been governed for so long, you know, under a boot that nobody wants to do anything. They fear the repercussions.
They're all liars. That's the
Yeah.
problem. They're all hypocrites. Like
well-
this shit with Newsom and the winery stuff, and
Yeah,
he shut down all the
and
wineries.
leaves his open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you fucking son
Wait,
of a.
say that again.
He shut down. He said none of the wineries can continue to work, but he left his
Yeah.
open.
Well, also because of the drought,
Yeah.
the drought, and just, you know, jobs in general because of COVID. But he keeps his open. It's just
Does it
insane.
affect your job at all, or have you been able to work? or-
No, my job, I work for a bank. Banks aren't going
Okay.
to close.
It's one of the things that's booming.
You know,
it's
that's-
two of the things that's booming.
Yeah,
You got a raise.
So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I got lucky.
But you're not just in the banking industry, right? Like it's
Yeah, it's specific. I mean, I can't really. I mean, I can. One of our fortes, one of our specialties, I guess, for this bank is, and there's not many banks that do it, is we bank medical marijuana, like
Yeah,
clients.
thank God.
MRBs.
let's clap it up
yeah.
for that bank.
Yeah,
Shit.
it's good, and it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of
Doesn't
fucking
fucking
work.
Chris Martin have a hard time with that?
Yeah, fuck yeah. He has a hard time with everything. Like,
Like,
can you imagine what's going to happen when it goes legal
banking?
in
Yeah,
March
no,
or
yeah.
April or whenever?
I thought that starts January 4th. No,
No,
did
No,
they
it's like
push
March.
it?
it's like April. They're saying March, or it has to be something has to be put in place by April. They're saying.
But I think what I heard for that, because fortunately I do get a little bit of insight on the happenings of this stuff. There is the way it works, and this is, I mean, this is anywhere. The way it works when it comes to licenses, medical or recreational, there's bids, or like a lottery. And that's how you obtain your licenses, and it's usually who has the most money is able to do it. But I think what they're doing, and this isn't, don't quote me, but if my understanding is correct, what they're doing is January 4th. Like I said, I could be wrong. I think it's January 4th. They're going to be releasing 25 recreational licenses to be purchased, strictly for recreational. But you're only able to obtain a recreational license if you prior had a medical license. So it has to that's the only difference. I don't think you can just go straight to recreational, but after this round of licenses, they're supposed to be giving out a small set of licenses to like mom and pop kind of shops where they
Good.
didn't have a medical kind of I
You
don't know
want
the whole
one group monopolizing the whole
Like
thing.
Curaleaf?
Well, but that's how it is.
Yeah,
That's what they're fucking doing.
Yeah,
right
that's
now,
what
like
I mean.
Gilbert. And,
Well, yeah, it's not only them. There's
I'm
a
sure,
couple
I'm
others.
Sure, yeah.
But
Do you
even the
think-
company Bloom, I think they're with either Harvest or Curaleaf.
One of the two.
One of the two. Those are the big ones.
I heard
They're-
Curaleaf was trying to put a monopoly on the recreational shit.
Well,
like,
well, the thing is, it's going. That's what happens when you go public. You stop being private and you go public because you get picked up by somebody on the market. Like
That's a
Canada.
business. That's business. That's capitalism.
well,
It
and
sucks.
Oh, you're right.
And
Yeah.
it-
Well, and you know
it
who-
shouldn't
I'm just
be
saying
that
that's
way.
what's happening. That's all.
but that's how.
Yeah.
But that's how it. That's the only way, unfortunately, that it's going to become legitimate.
Well, here's what we
Is
need.
going public.
Yeah.
Because privatizing it, it's much harder because so many people, individuals on the private side, have hands in it. So it's hard to really, like, you got too many hands in the cookie jar. So
I
when you
just
go,
want to grow my own.
yeah, when you go public with it,
we can do that
then-
now, right?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
I thought now you can.
I
right,
think
bro.
we have
You
to
have
get
to
a
have-
special card.
You
We
have to have a
caregiver-
caregiver card.
We have to have a caregiver card in order to grow.
Yeah.
still like
Yeah.
even next year.
Well,
you said?
until the law goes into effect,
I
which
thought
might
as
not
of like
be-
a month ago, we're allowed to grow 6 plants for some reason. I don't know where.
That
I read
might be the January 4th thing.
That's
It's been a while.
fucking. You got your
I've got-
laptop.
I've
Yeah.
got so much crazy shit going on within this. I don't remember times, and I don't remember anything.
I kind of.
but
Yeah, I just wanted. I'm just
We're about to
curious.
find this shit out.
Fuck yeah, get on top.
We
of
got
that
the,
shit. Fuck it up.
We got Jamie here hooking up the.
Oh, getting on the screen.
Yeah, so,
So-
you were in the cannabis game before, but you're still kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
in a sense.
Yeah, I stayed in it, and I tell you
Was it because of the previous job or just a coincidence?
No, it was because of the previous job. I happened to be somewhere talking about what I do, and there was a person that worked at the bank in this business
Oh,
because
nice.
they didn't know anything about it. Like I was
So
talking to
you're able
somebody
to bring a lot of knowledge.
because everybody would ask me because sometimes I'd go to the bar after work and I'd have leaves in my beard, and it was when I had long hair and I was just covered in keef. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I was just, you could smoke my arms. Like it was literally just balled up. Like I could be like, here, bro, want to get high? So people would always ask questions, or they'd be like, dude, you
Like
smell-"
people are always scraping their
or
arms.
they'd be like, dude, hey, you smell like weed, man. You might want to walk. I'm like, dude, no, it's not. You know, like paranoid, like, oh, you might get in trouble. I'm
It's
"No,
like
it's fine."
they don't have no idea that
Yeah,
you don't
it's-
smoke weed.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, it's cool. I'm like, you're not like the only pot you're gonna find on me is in my hair.
When was the last time you smoked cannabis?
When was the last time? Fuck.
We've smoked together, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever hit the 6-footer?
Fuck no.
no.
I did hit the old steamroller that we had that Todd made from the broken bong.
Yeah.
Fuck,
That was the
thing.
Jerome Baker. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh,
was,
I remember that.
Yeah,
That was
that thing was
badass.
awesome.
That was the record, dude.
Jerome
That
Baker, I haven't heard
I
that
mean,
one
at least
forever.
me, that fucked me. That thing was fucking.
Well, even people that you wouldn't think would
Yeah.
hit a 6-footer hit it. That's why I asked.
I remember Matt Polk though. He would hit that steamroller like it was just like his own personal
Nothing.
pipe. He would just sit there and smoke out of that thing, and
Just
I'm just
constantly.
like, it's so dry. No,
You know who hit the 6-footer for their first time smoking weed ever? And I forgot about this.
McGrew did it.
Oh yeah, McGrew, but somebody else too. Fucking Bartek.
Bartek.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I totally forgot. He actually commented that when I told the Cephalic Carnage 6-foot bong story. Remember Cephalic
6
Carnage?
feet of smoke,
Well, it's actually 9.
9 feet. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you got to count the lungs.
Yeah, something like that.
What was I saying? No, it had to have been. It had to have been with McClay or somebody. I mean,
Like 10 years ago, 15.
I don't know, because when I did stop, the only time I would smoke weed it was usually with McClay and Todd, and it was only if they had dank. And I remember they'd be like, "Hey, we got some dank," and I'd go and I'd smoke with McClay
That was like
and
a
Todd.
late 90s word we used a lot.
Yeah,
You guys ready? This is great point for Keith to bring this up. Thank you, because
Yes,
this.
sir.
This
Thank
is good
you for
information,
bringing your laptop.
When can people grow legally in Arizona? Home cultivation of marijuana is legal in Arizona now that the ballots are certified. Home cultivation is limited to 6 plants per individual's primary residence and 12 plants at a residence where 2 or more persons 21 and older live. So I can grow 21 plants. You can grow 12 plants.
Nice.
We can each grow 12 plants.
Yes.
So when can people when will it be legal? It says here, dispensaries will be able to legally sell recreational marijuana once they get licensed by the Arizona Department of Health Services, which will likely be in March 2021. The new law also states that no matter what, dispensaries can begin selling marijuana by April 5th, 2021. So we've got till April 5th
To grow.
No, we can grow now.
Oh.
We can grow
Oh.
up to 12 plants now.
So I was right.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
And we can it'll be legal to buy and sell no later than April 5th.
I've never been more excited than anything to grow plants.
Yeah.
Like I've already been researching and trying
Yeah.
to find the best ways. I want to talk to Chris Martin about it. Even you off camera.
Yeah,
'Cause I know you have a lot of experience.
I do, but I feel like it's beyond where I was at already.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure
Like,
you
just
have
get a
more
little
knowledge
home-
than me, though.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, and which is surprising.
And I would
since
love for you to even come and check my plants out. and
Yeah, man, and I haven't done. I miss doing that. I miss
Fucking
even
grow
though-
'em.
Even though I didn't really, I wasn't a grower, but what I did, I was with the plants all the time, and I'd help out, and I knew the cycles, and I did everything.
You talk to them and shit.
Did I talk to the plants? Fuck yeah, bro.
I'm not even
What's up,
playing.
buddy?
They
No,
actually
I
say,
didn't.
like,
I was too busy.
or
I was
play
too
music
busy.
for 'em and shit.
I was
I
too
wanna play
busy
'em-
pissed that I'm inventorying like 40,000 plants.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just gonna play my
Motherfuckers.
fucking plants within the ruins 24/7.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works. Playing the
know.
music
I
works.
know.
That's legally proven it works.
Yeah. My daughter did a science project on it.
No
the science
shit.
fair. Yeah.
What?
For music. Yeah. She said classical was okay. Country, they died. And like metal, they thrived. Classical and metal, they
So within the
thrived.
ruins, they would be.
Yeah. Well, but it's so check this out. You know why that makes sense? Because if you think about speed metal, fast, heavy stuff, those are classical
I
scales.
say that all the
Yeah,
time.
all the time.
Metal,
It's just
good
sped
metal
up.
is classical
Yeah.
music.
Those-
Is
if
modern
they're-
classical,
they're-
especially
they're-
within the ruins.
They're running scales,
Beethoven,
arpeggios, like it's
You know,
different.
Beethoven's like,
I agree
So is
100%
Joe.
with you
So
guys.
is
yeah.
Joe.
We're like attacking McClay. Did you know McClay?
Fuck you, McClay.
They're the fucking same.
You know what? Speaking of that, should because me and Jay got you a gift. Should we
Oh,
bring
yeah.
it out to him, or do
Yeah.
you want to open your present?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. And then if you can remember the last time you smoked weed.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah. It would had to have been with McClay, or because usually we'd go, or even with Belanzia, Chris, because we would go to Scotty B and Travis's every year. Careful, dude. Every year we would go to Scotty B and Travis's, and I'd take one hit off a joint for each of them, and we'd go and sit there. But I don't know the last time I even did that. And I got you a gift, Keith.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I got you something too.
There you go. Thanks, bud. There you go.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, bro. Oh yeah.
Have you had the proper 12 yet? That's Conor McGregor's whiskey. Dude,
really?
it's better than Jameson.
No way.
I'm a big
Shot now?
fuck yeah. That's why I got it.
Hang on, I just want some.
Everybody got their favorite drinks.
I wish I had 100 more boxes.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that. Hold on. I was waiting for that.
But hang on.
The real gift.
I'm gonna get a shot glass real quick.
That's funny. I had this kind of I had an idea because Keith was like, I guess I can blow the prank now.
You want a shot?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Have you
Yeah,
had that?
I
Have you
haven't
had
tried
that?
it.
Oh,
No,
dude, it's so good.
I haven't tried it. No.
I had it in Prescott for the first time.
Yeah.
it's smoother.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yes.
The original bottles that he put those out in, if you can find those, they sell for a shit ton of money online unopened.
Yeah. Well, because his distillery was it was already a running distillery that he bought, and it's been around forever.
Yeah, no, I mean when he first took over, because they changed their bottle since when he first took over. It's crazy. One of the dudes I know bought like 3 or 4 of them and sold them each for like over $150,
Fuck
dude.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you're already up. So, anyways, the Keith and I were talking about, like, he's like, I really want to
use Jay's badass
here
blade.
Oh, it has the.
Yeah, don't break your nail, dude.
Oh,
I've been breaking fucking snapping nails
It's
like that, dude.
It's like a pack of gum.
Fuck that,
Look.
dude. Okay, good. I was about
It's
to
like
say,
it's like a bottle of NyQuil.
Nail comes off.
ugh.
Yeah, I'm like, ah!
Yeah. That's like one of my worst
Like,
fears.
like the fly when his nails just start popping off.
That was such a horrifying.
No, so we were gonna. The idea was to prank McClay. And I was like, I got an idea. I was like, play a little game show, like guess this guest. And like Keith was gonna ask you like a series of questions, and I was gonna be hiding out there, and you had to try and figure out who the guest was gonna be. And he's all, "That'd be great, but I already told me you were coming."
Jesus, dude, this is a lot. Fuck.
I mean a lot. It's a shot.
It's a shot.
All right, here we go.
Let me pull the mic away so I don't drool on it.
All right, guys. Cheers and
Yeah.
nice seeing you again,
Cheers,
bro.
Cheers.
Love you, man.
Merry
Christmas, Happy New
Christmas.
Year's, all that jazz.
Fuck yeah.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
In a pandemic.
That's not bad, dude.
It's so good.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. Like I said, I like it better than Jameson, and that's like sacrilegious for me.
Did you tell him
I was
what
about to say,
how I
I've never
wanted to prank
seen
him?
you. I've never seen you not like when you hand somebody alcohol not be Jameson.
I know. That's all, and that's what I get all the
Switched.
time too. I can't always find it, but I have friends that are like, I won't drink it because McGregor's an asshole. I'm like, it still makes good whiskey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what was the prank? What were you saying?
I wish I knew like midgets because I just want midgets to
Oh,
run
yeah.
in, punch the fuck out of you,
Yeah,
run off,
and then leave.
You know, and leave. And you're just like, what the fuck? But I couldn't find any.
It's just a little beat down.
Shit.
Like, what would you do in that situation if that happened? Did
I
you-
would fucking throw him.
I would love to have that on video. Just McClay.
That's
just
what they
throw-
hate more than ever. Like,
Midgets
actually,
all
yeah.
over the place. Sorry, little people.
Yeah, we're PC here. So.
Yeah.
Well, some of them don't mind being called midgets.
They don't care. They're yeah.
There's this guy on YouTube named Ricky Berwick,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got some type of
Achondroplasia or whatever.
yeah, and he plays it off on there. He's like, I'm not gonna fucking feel sorry for myself. I'm gonna fucking have a good time and laugh and joke, and everybody fucking thinks like it's sad that he's making fun of himself. He's like, fuck you. I'm not
Dude,
gonna
I went to lunch with one.
Yeah.
When remember Manny had I don't mean
went
to
to
talk
lunch
like
with
that,
one.
sorry. But remember Manny had his wedding? When I meant one, I meant like one that makes fun of himself.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
What do you mean one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean. No, but remember, was it Manny's? Yeah.
We went to his birthday.
His
And it was-
birthday. His
It was the
birthday.
Marilyn Monroe
Yes.
and Elvis.
Yeah, so when Desmond was planning all that shit out, she had lunch with him to talk about hiring him stuff. She's like, "Will you go with me?" And I had lunch with him. I had to fucking help him get his soda and all this shit. And I actually like had so much respect for him and just like you laugh at him and make fun of him all this shit. But like when you actually sit down and realize that like they're a real person and you see that like everything they do is a challenge and a battle,
Yeah.
every single thing. I'm like, wow, I respect this bad motherfucker. And like. But he was pretty clear, like, you could do whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. Just don't fucking throw me. Like, that's not funny. Like, they like say that shit. They're pretty.
Well, they have those ones. They have those ones you can hire.
What do you mean those ones?
That you can like go bowling with? Like you throw
What?
them down a
Shut
lane.
up.
I swear to God. Midget bowling. You can take them and you like throw them across the floor into pins. I swear to God. You can pay to toss
Sounds
midgets.
Damn. So actually, some of them don't mind.
Yeah.
They probably get paid a fuck.
I wonder if they have. Remember the game as a kid? Is this the Velcro board with the Velcro balls? I wonder if they put them in like the Velcro suits. And you just be like,
throw 'em on.
Like out of a pumpkin launcher.
oh, yeah, dude. And you just hear them. They're all wee.
Oh man.
Oh shit. I wanted to say.
Wait, just really quick. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen the that midget show on TLC?
Which one? There's like tons of them.
I don't know. I actually just watched one the other day. I rarely watch cable TV, and me and Jordan watched this one. And
The one with the family that has normal kids. Have you
no,
seen that
they're
one?
all
Yeah, I've seen
dude,
that one.
Yeah.
These ones have like a Chinese kid for some reason.
They
and all
probably
shit.
adopted.
But I mean,
adopted
I
a
can't lie,
midget.
dude. I'm
Very
not gonna lie.
culturally
Like
appropriate.
they got this fucking like 13-foot Christmas tree, and they're all trying to pull
Their
it,
feet or our feet?
and they're trying to. Ours, dude. And they're trying to fucking cut it down and bring it in and put it up themselves, and they just were struggling so bad, and it's
Were you laughing?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was dying.
There was one
because the tree fell on one of the midgets. and shit.
Help! Sorry.
That's how they sound.
Yeah. They don't all sound like that. My ex always watched this one that was like, it was like the Real Housewives, but it was all little women. It was little women of something, and there was all, and they would fight. It was hilarious. Like you're like, this is the cutest argument ever. They're just like arguing about men and stuff. Like that was my man. It's like, oh,
Was it like another midget man?
Some, but one was like a full grown dude. I'm like, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a fetish.
Yeah. 100%.
Like even if they have a great personality, like that's a fetish.
Yeah.
If you're like,
You don't think you could just love a midget?
no, you can. I'm sure the love grows. Like, I mean, they don't, but the love does. But
YouTube's
like
banning us.
to initially engage in that situation, that's a fetish.
Yeah.
You know, it has to be. I mean, nothing
Or he's
against
doing it for money.
Would
I'm
you
not,
ever
I'm not
have sex
fetish
with a
shaming
midget?
anybody. What?
Would you ever have sex with a midget?
Sure. Our Dylan on our show did in the back of his Kia. He met her on Tinder. I swear to God.
Like, did he like do it because he thought it was funny, or does he like?
I think
he has a
I-
fetish,
I don't,
maybe?
I don't remember. That was a while ago. I don't remember if it was. I think this was before I was even like a permanent member on the show.
You're like swiping, and a midget shows up. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
So I don't
shit.
remember if he knew or if. I don't remember because that was so long ago. But I don't remember if he knew right off the bat.
Because when it
And it
be
was
kind of
just
cute
like,
just to
you know.
like see their little hands, you know,
Like, I'm gonna bet your wiener look
their little
huge.
sausage fingers.
But yeah, it was funny. She was a little African American midget, and he had sex with her in the back of his Kia.
Good for her.
Were they
Good
pre-
for her.
was it
She's
pre-
living the best life.
Yeah, yeah.
man.
So let's. I mean, I would. I don't care. As long as they have a good personality, you know.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
I wanted to show this. So you get your memories on Facebook.
Yeah.
And mine was Christmas last year. And I loved this because I don't know. I just loved it because it's from your mother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, old Sandy. It was Christmas last year, and I just posted a picture of us opening our presents. She was the last one to comment on it, and it said, "Merry Christmas, my sweet adopted son.
Yeah.
Love you."
Aw.
I haven't seen her in so long. So long.
Yeah, they live so far. Well, I say so far away, but it's
Was it
not
Gilbert,
too
right?
far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mesa.
I don't know the last time I saw him.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I want.
I think when Wayne,
Yeah. When
when Wayne thought that Ryan was my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Hey, we
What?
got with you.
My dad had never seen Ryan,
Well, he's seen her, but
Yeah.
they haven't seen her since she
Yeah.
was like little.
so she was like.
Were you not
full-grown
there? Was
women.
Keith not there?
I
Keith
might
was
have been there,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I just
yeah.
didn't know that
Yeah,
happened.
when I brought
Yoda.
McClay.
No,
it was R2D2. Yeah, the balloon.
Yeah.
Like, and it looked like it walked.
Yeah.
And Wayne's all, hey, who you got there? Sandy's. Wayne, that's Ryan. and Lil Matt, Chris is in the kitchen.
He's dying.
Fucking
Laughing.
dying in the kitchen. And Wayne, sweat. You just see sweat go instantly beat up on his forehead.
He looks totally different. He's lost like almost 70 pounds or something like that. Yeah.
Wow, what's he doing?
He just he does like very little carbs.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Does
Your
he still
mom-
blaze up?
Yeah, he takes
Oh,
RSO
nice.
every night.
blunts. Oh, does he
Every
get
night.
blunted?
Yeah, yeah. And here's another good thing.
Damn,
those
that's
too?
strong
yeah.
too.
You want to hear something very cool? Is that from what I'm hearing that my mom has a bunch of immune
Rheumatoid arthritis and shit
dysfunction,
like that. Autoimmune shit.
autoimmune shit, and she still gets like Vicodin for breakthrough pain, and she goes to every time you have to get that.
She
type
has
of
what,
stuff.
like lupus?
Lupus, fibromyalgia,
Yeah.
and
Bunch of 'em.
yeah, another one, and so you have to go to these places, and she hates it because she can't use cannabis.
Yeah.
Because they piss test her, and if you piss dirty for cannabis at this pain place, she won't get her medication.
It's so
And
fucking stupid. I hate that.
It's ridiculous. But here's the best part: my mom went, met with them, and she talked to her person that she has to talk to, her doctor, and she told the doctor what's going to happen when it becomes legal. And the doctor told her, we're not going to test for it anymore.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's
and my
good.
mom is so happy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, and I get, I get companies that are like, there's zero tolerance or whatever, because it is still it's
certain
How
trades.
does that
I
work
get
for
it.
jobs? Can jobs still test you for that?
I don't
it's
know.
up to their discretion.
It is still?
like they can or
It's
they
a right to work
because
state.
the thing is, it's the fear that comes from the lack of knowledge of the industry itself and the laws.
And the plant.
And but not just that. I mean, like on the federal and state level, people don't understand how it works, so they're scared. Because I mean, for the most part, it's illegal. It's
exactly.
it's illegal.
Yeah.
At any point, the feds can come in and shut.
If the
all
Senate
down.
decriminalizes it, though, then
well,
we're
that's
good.
just no, because that's still not federally legal. It's still not fed, even though if it
Didn't
becomes
the House just
no. The only way it's
No,
going to
it's
become
still federally
federally
legal.
decriminalizing and federally legal, two totally different things. Decriminalizing is when
they let people out of prison.
let people out of prison, hopefully, possibly, but there's no
Like right now, each state even has different probably rules and laws.
Yeah,
even.
but even if it's and that's state per state, whatever what they decide. Federally, in my opinion, the only way federally it's going to become legal is if every single state is on board with some form of cannabis, even if it's just CBD.
I don't think. I think there is there in one state that
3,
isn't.
Iowa.
I think Idaho.
Ida Pimp.
No, because I have a buddy that lives there, and he has to go to Oregon. to
Yeah,
get his
maybe
shit.
it's Iowa, Idaho, and then there's 3 states.
I think
that
like
have
Rhode Island or
none of
something.
it. I mean, even Utah,
Has-
Utah
has
is
cannabis.
on board.
Yeah,
Well,
Texas
It's
is
probably the hardest
huge.
state. Yeah, that is the big
Texas
state,
is
yeah.
a big step because one joint was like 4 years.
yeah, they
in
were like
Texas.
Nevada style.
It was bad, and then Nevada
Oh,
is
yeah,
just
Nevada
like
used to be crazy.
Fuck it.
Yeah, Nevada's like,
all
you know what?
at this right now.
you know what? Girls are sucking dick on fucking street corners. Might as well let them smoke pot too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's legal
And
prostitution.
then you got Oregon,
Yeah.
and they say everything: meth, heroin,
I agree.
coke.
I agree with that.
I can't wait to see
I don't-
what that. I can't wait to see what that looks like
Uh-huh.
in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, what sucks is the people representing that are Portland, and Portland's the shittiest city in the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
country right
Yeah.
now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
That's what kind of sucks. But
Yeah.
I fully agree with the legalization of all
They
drugs.
just have like it's like Coke machine, it's like Aquafina machine, and it's just like crack, like a vending machine just getting rock. That's
Well, I just
crazy.
like how they're doing it. You know, they're saying that on one hand, it's still not okay because you know, I imagine they're going to implement some type of
Rehabilitation.
rehabilitation thing.
Yeah, on top of it. Yeah,
Yes.
there's
They
there's
have
always
to.
got to it's always got to weigh out. Like there's got to be a counter to it.
Yes.
Like it can't just be like, all right, here you go.
Yeah,
You
come
know?
talk to me for an hour, and I'll give you your daily dose.
Yeah,
It's
same
like
with
a fine.
same with cannabis. There's a give and a take.
Yes.
It's not just like, okay, it's legal. You know, you have to follow guidelines. There's certain things.
certain age,
Yeah.
can't be around a school.
You know, it's got to be considered like nonprofit.
Yeah.
It's got to be considered a nonprofit organization. But I mean, even Colorado. I mean, what they're gonna DMT. They're gonna be making DMT like legal.
Psilocybin.
Yeah. Well,
Psilocybin's
psilocybin's
right now, right?
already there,
Yeah.
but DMT itself
Good.
for you know, same thing for as
Testing,
as you know, mushrooms, you know, for PTSD, anxiety, all that good stuff, which is, you know.
Have you had a good mushroom trip lately?
A couple weeks ago we decided to eat some mushrooms on the show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just
Fuck yeah.
like a gram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just feeling a little
Yeah.
goofy and high.
And it's funny because I love watching it. Dave and Dylan, like, it hits them and they're a laugh riot, but I'm just like this. I'm like, well, I did a lot of mushrooms with like Keith and McClay. Like, we did a lot of mushrooms.
We went
at one,
deep.
like they're like, well, how many would you guys do? I'm like, we do like handfuls, not like a stem and a cap. Like, we'd be like Reese's peanut butter cups, a whole handful, and then be like,
Yeah.
it was like peanut butter balls.
I remember the worst time ever was doing that, and then we had nothing but saltines.
Oh,
Bad idea.
I'm like tasting it right
Isn't
now.
that part of the where the fuck is McClay is the mushrooms? Because McClay would disappear at some point and would be like, where the fuck is McClay?
I never thought about that.
Maybe subconsciously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always because he would disappear because that's when you'd get sick.
And it would be
Yeah.
every 15
Where
minutes.
the fuck is McClay?
Honestly,
Because
that-
you were responsible for all of us.
yeah, he was like the dad.
Yeah.
He'd be driving us around while
Yeah.
as fucked up as we are, though.
Yep.
But we felt like he was taking
Yeah.
care of us.
It's funny because I love telling these stories because when I was first on here, this is all we talked about was stuff like this.
Yeah.
But every time I tell, it's just as fucking funny as when it happened. Like, because I don't have, like, my brain sucks. So memories are like few and far
Me too,
between. I'm
yeah.
like,
And
huh?
we're losing.
Yeah,
them.
like I don't remember asking your buddy to cross streams, but there's certain things, you know, that I remember. I'm like, fuck, that was so fucking good.
What do you
know?
think about microdosing? You tried it? Did you try it?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
took
I
one.
haven't.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't done like I don't have it. Like my problem is like allegedly I did mushrooms. You know, with my work and everything, like I don't know. I would like to, because I think I would benefit from it extremely. You know, mental health issues run in my family, and I do suffer from it. I have
Everybody does.
yeah, everybody does. You know, and I feel like
You feel like it will benefit your life.
it would benefit because I give myself like little pep talks. Like I'll just sit like when I'm deep into it, when I'm deep in my like depression, like I'll just, when it's at its point and I'm over it, I'm sick of being depressed. And especially when you don't know why you are, like you're just
That's the worst. Yeah.
That's the worst. And that's usually how mine is. But I'll sit on the corner of my bed and I'll literally pep talk myself. Like, get the fuck up. What the fuck are you doing?
That's good,
You
dude.
know, you're a piece of shit because
Some people don't even do that, and they just stay stuck. In
well, and
their
the
spot.
perpetuation of
That's
the
good.
depression is not moving,
Yeah.
not doing
Yeah.
anything.
But
just
all you have to do is
laying in
baby
bed.
steps, like, you know, getting up
Yeah.
and then one thing
Yeah,
at a
just
time.
get going. Even if you're not doing it, get up and make some
So,
food or
are-
do your laundry. Just start moving.
So
you
are
know.
you interested in microdosing? You just don't
I
want to, or
I would love to. I would love to.
I have pills.
Yeah.
They're 0.8 each, and
Yeah.
I'll leave you with like 3 to 4, which
That'd be
will last
great.
you about like a week and a half.
I'm
too,
off
just to
work
see.
until the 4th.
And what I would do is just take it before you go to bed.
Yeah.
You'll have the fucking most lucid dreams ever, and you'll wake up feeling great.
Yeah.
And then just take it. So then wait 3 days. Like say you
Okay.
take it on Monday, just wait
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and then take it on Thursday,
Yeah.
and then just keep doing.
Because
that.
I can sleep like a champ on
But then if you're
mushrooms.
feeling good, just do it during the day.
Yeah.
It won't fuck
Well,
you
that's
up
what
at all, dude.
Carrie Ann does it.
Oh, okay.
Carrie Ann microdoses. She does mushrooms. She'll do LSD. Like she'll do like little things.
Oh, that's
and,
good.
Sorry, Carrie Ann. Hopefully I'm not fucking.
I can bleep that out.
Yeah. But she does it. And you know, I have no problem. I've never had a problem doing mushrooms. I've never been like, I don't know, man. I'm like, oh, cool.
I've been like that the last 2 years because my last trip I did 5 grams. It was like a heroic dose, and it was one of those trips for 2 hours, dude. My stomach felt like someone was just taking a knife.
I hate that.
And then I just reanalyzed my whole life and just crazy
because
thoughts.
you're uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, but you know what? It was the best thing I ever. It was the best part of, not at the time, but overall was the best part of the trip.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, oh god, I'm an asshole, crying and shit,
Yeah.
throwing up,
Yeah.
and then I went to my friend's house about 7. I was supposed to just crash there, and but at 4 a.m. I called Jordan scoot me up, dude. She picked me up. I looked like I had gone to war, dude. My fucking hair was all fucked up. I was all like all crazy and shit. I went deep, and so ever since then, I've been kind of I'm due though. I am due for a trip.
But I feel like I don't like when people call them bad trips.
I'm not. Did I say bad trip?
No, you didn't.
Okay,
no,
okay.
I'm just using that as an example.
No.
Yeah, I hate when people are like, well, I had a bad trip on it. I don't think you had a bad trip. I think you just didn't take advantage of what was happening. Like, even if you were upset or everything was crazy, like something that needed to happen.
People don't realize the bad part of the trip, in the grand scheme of things, is the best part for your mental health.
Absolutely.
And it sucks while it's happening.
It's scary. It's absolutely scary. And it does. It makes you like, I need to wait a little bit. But in my opinion, I've never had a bad experience. Never once. Like, not even like, oh my God.
But don't you
always been good.
I know, but don't you have say you take the mushrooms, and then this is the best experience for me is when you take mushrooms, they last 6 to 8 hours. You're fucking laughing your ass off. But every once in a while, for a minute or two, you're like, why wasn't I an asshole to fucking so-and-so a week ago? You know what I mean? Or you start getting you never get all those thoughts or anything like that? No?
That's why.
But at the time it sucks too, but I'll be thinking of that. I'll be like, I haven't talked to this friend in a while. I need to call that motherfucker.
No.
You know what I mean? And then I'll start laughing again. Wow.
I'll pep talk myself too. I'll be like, all right, bud, you're in it. And we're going on a ride. Fucking buckle in. I once it hits, the second it hits, because you get the mushroom yawns. As they start to kick in, you just start yawning. You're not tired, but it's like you're trying to get oxygen in because you're about to go on this fucking
poisoned.
journey. And every time I tell people that, I'm like, oh, the mushroom yawns, and they'll think about it, yeah. Right as they start kicking in, you just kind of start yawning a bunch. But when that starts happening, I'll go to the bathroom real quick before, you're not supposed to look in the mirror, because that's when you start to think about your entire life and whatever previous lives you had before that. So as it starts to kick in, you just I'll go in and I'll be like, all right, dude, fucking buckle in, because shit's about to happen, and know that it ain't real. Whatever you see that seems odd, out of place, it's not real. And I don't say it out loud like a fucking crazy person, but it's in my head, I always prep myself. That's why I love them so much. I know, I guess, call me a responsible drug user, or when I did drugs, allegedly. I know what I'm in for. I know what's going to happen, I know if I drink too much, but alcohol's different. You can't pep talk yourself. All right, don't be a drunk asshole.
Yeah.
And the next morning, you're like,
alcohol
fuck,
is drinking, because
asshole.
once you have when you're I'm gonna have 1 or 2 drinks, and then by your second drink you're like, fuck it, and then you just have a bunch. You know what I mean?
You're
Mushrooms
like,
aren't like that.
Those two drinks made me tired. If I drink more, I'll wake up. Stuff like that. You always talk yourself into drinking more.
Exactly.
I've never talked myself into eating more mushrooms. Stacking. Todd would always stack throughout the night.
Do your impression of him eating? I love it.
When he's sitting on the railroad ties in the back of Chris Tierney's house. He's sitting there. For one, he's eating them all. He starts eating them, and we end up at a party, and he's sitting on the railroad ties, and we're standing, and he's sitting down, and he just has the bag, and he's just all looking up. And he's just sitting, just laughing. We're like, bro, what the fuck? And he's just enjoying the bag.
I've never seen anybody that loves eating mushrooms.
And that was his second time. His first time, he had such a fucking blast.
I remember that. And he just fucking started eating them like crazy.
Dude, that whole...
I think we did it on New Year's Eve.
I don't think I've ever
we did
just...
it at my parents' house when they were out of town, and we all just went to a bunch of parties and shit.
I
remember Todd getting fucked up.
I wanted to bring up that first time I did acid with you and Chris Belanzia. when we're at Tracy's house.
Take a leak.
Okay.
That same thing.
Yeah.
You brought that up last show.
No, we
too.
talked about that last
Well,
time.
no, we didn't talk about. I don't think we talked about that when I stayed at your house that night afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking about this too. I'm like, that my first time doing acid with you guys, and then going back to your house because you had all those black light posters.
What was it at my old OG house?
Yeah, by
On
Brett's.
55th? Yeah.
Yeah. The old right by
Green or not Greenbrier, but Union Hills. In 55th.
yeah, Union Hills. By Desert Sky Middle School.
Yeah.
And we go back to your house, and you're like, all right, man, we're gonna lay down, just relax and enjoy, and like you had all these blacklight posters, and then you put on Pink Floyd, and then you're like, cool, and just shut the lights off and lay down, and I'm on your floor. I'm like, I'm still like fucking way up here, and I'm just sitting there laying on your floor, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And you're like, this is gonna be cool. And I think you actually put on a record, maybe. Did you have a record player? For some reason, it wasn't like, I don't remember it being a CD player. It probably was. Probably because I was on acid, it looked like a record.
Yeah, I think it was a CD.
Yeah, but I just remember you're like, this is gonna be great, but we gotta be quiet. And like, you shut the lights off, and then black lights come on. I'm like, oh shit, this is cool. And then you're like, listen to this, bro. This is the craziest thing I listened to on this. And you put on The Wall. And then you're like, all right. And you just lay down in your bed. I'm like, and I'm on the floor. I'm like, okay.
Well,
so now I'm all alone in this.
I just left you by yourself.
But we were in the same room. But we might as
Yeah.
well have been worlds apart.
It's just like with The Wall, you literally hear things that you do not hear.
Oh yeah.
Fucking when you listen to it sober.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I know. It was. I'm like,
Just a lot of well, I guess it's like that with anything when you're
Yeah.
on those kinds of drugs, but like I figured out like whole Black Sabbath albums, like on acid. You're like, how am I doing this? Like, what the fuck? It's just crazy.
You appreciate bands more. I mean, who knows if I would have been as big of a Dead Sea fan as I am without mushrooms? Because that's an experience. Whenever I hear it, I think about times and just certain.
Well, that's what's awesome about music is it timestamps like life.
Yeah.
For me, for sure. Like when I listen to certain music that it's 20 years, like Dead Sea or Far.
Yeah.
It always brings you back to those times.
Yep.
And what
Absolutely.
we're doing, where we're at with the band and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you listening to now?
Lately, I've been listening to Spotlights.
I think DT listens to them.
Yeah, DT showed them to me, and like
Okay.
the day after he showed them to me, we went and saw him live, like before the
Okay.
lockdown and everything. Holy shit!
Where at?
Was it what's the fucking Valley Bar?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Dude,
I like the Valley Bar for bands.
I mean, no bullshit. By far, the best band I've ever seen live.
Even better than Dredge.
Better than Dredge.
What?
And it was small, and there was hardly anybody there, because they're mostly like kind of instrumental. They were so good, and I was blown away. I still like, that was earlier this year. I still watch the video on my phone, just going, fuck. I'm over going to concerts. It sucks. I'm uncomfortable. I'm old. My back
hurts.
I
I
can't
can't
pay
do it.
attention. Yeah.
Unless there's a place
But
I could sit down, I can't do it.
I'll go to every single one of their shows once.
That's how I am with these
shows
guys.
come out here. Who's that?
Within
the rooms.
Yeah, that's fine with them.
Once shows open back up, if they come out here and play, I'm telling you guys, I thank you DT. That was it was amazing.
I'm gonna have to sit down.
And
listen to
they're on Ipecac Records, Mike Patton's label. I'm a huge Faith No More Mike Patton fan. And afterwards, their manager is also Mike Patton's manager, because he got them signed or whatever. So afterwards, I talked to him, and I was like, yeah, I'm a huge fan. I told him why. I'm like, yeah, my buddy showed me to you guys, and I'm like, an Ipecac record. I told him I'm a huge Mike Patton fan. And I was like, yeah, a tattoo, whatever. And he's like, bro, I'll take a picture. I'll send it to him right now. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I fucking took a picture and fucking sent it over to Mike Patton.
Nice.
That's dope.
I'm like,
That's
holy
cool.
shit. I'm
That's
like,
cool.
like a little kid. I'm like,
Have you ever met Mike Patton?
Yes. Yeah. Like, I didn't get to talk to him. We went with, I can't remember the guy's name that ran remember Evening Star?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tickets, all that stuff. He took us to, Mr. Bungle was playing at Boston's. And, he's my favorite musician of all time. And he says, you know, he's like, "Oh, you can meet him. We can take you there and meet him." I'm like, "No fucking way." I'm 18, maybe 17, 18, 19, somewhere around there. And we go to Boston's, and you know, there's no backstage area at Boston's.
This is an outside show or inside show?
It was an outside show.
Okay.
It was Mr.
Yeah,
Bungle.
so there's no backstage.
Yeah, so they
no
needed,
backstage.
Yeah,
Just
there's no
literally that side
backstage.
shit.
So they built one, like there's like pop-up tents or whatever, and it was like roped off.
Mhm.
So we go around the side and we're walking up. I'm like, no fucking way this is gonna happen. And because I just have tons of questions. Like I've always wanted to pick his brain. What was your thought process? What was, you know, like he's just phenomenal. You know, I'm totally sucking his dick right now, but he's just amazing. So I go walking up, and I can't remember who was with me. It was me, Adam, the guy that owned Evening Star. I don't remember who else. We go walking up, and here comes Mike Patton walking right towards us, and he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. He's got a beer in his hand. He goes walking past, and I'm go to say something. He just walks right past and holds his beer up, and he's all, "Tequila," and just keeps walking.
Oh. That's cool. At least it's on.
Yeah, I'm like,
You're probably still like bad as fuck.
yeah, dude. That was.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, this is gonna.
Yeah.
But it's a story, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, I know.
Mike Patton's, you know, presumably a weird guy, and that just adds to the lore of his personality. You know what I mean? Tequila. And it just so happened we were drinking tons of tequila at the time too. Me and Brett, like,
There you
oh
go.
god, the worst fucking, this fucking sugar
Do
beer.
you put Mike Patton over Les Claypool? I thought Les Claypool was your number one.
All around, Les Claypool, bass player, like, of course he influenced me. Love Primus, but Mike Patton, not because like creativity, music, and
So
I
he
know
got-
Les Claypool
okay.
is too, but Mike Patton above everything because, like,
He's a genius.
he's a one
of a
kind.
kind. Mhm.
There'll never be a Mike Patton.
I mean,
like,
Les Claypool is too. But
yeah, he is, but I mean that's
I know what you mean.
like he was inventive on the bass. Mike Patton not just sings, but he in like
He's like a
just
artist.
does so much stuff. Like
Doesn't
his
he have an
writing
album where he
and
just smokes cigarettes and makes
Yeah,
weird
he's
noises?
just, yeah, he's just sitting there. He just did an album on the road, and one track is just him smoking a cigarette into a microphone. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's weird. You have to, you know,
Dude knows is fluent in 7 languages.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying that he's a genius. Like when he does that stuff, I'm like, yeah, it's fucking weird. I'm not like, you got to understand the artistry behind
No,
it.
he
Like,
really is a genius.
he
though.
is, but
Yeah.
I don't ever do that. I'm like, fine, if you don't like him, I'm like, that's my deal. I'm not gonna force somebody. I'm not gonna be like, you gotta understand.
Yeah, I
man.
hate that
like,
shit.
You
I
know,
hate that shit.
like
No, I get
fucking
it.
highfalutin, fucking, you know, idiot. Like,
You gotta explain
you're
that to
just
me.
not, yeah, you're just not smart enough to understand, man. You know, no, I'm not. That's my deal. I get it. He's weird. You know, I'll play it with me, and my daughter will be driving, and she's just like, what is this?
That's got to be weird because, like, me and my brother were talking about the other day. Like, having a kid now would be so weird because I'm so disconnected from how different the
I
younger.
know, but I feel like I just saw someone on social media, someone that we know who has like a kid, and they were buying like a Slayer shirt, you know, and they were just saying like, I was asking for Slayer shirts for Christmas, you know,
Mhm.
20, 30 years ago. Now my kid's asking for Slayer. I feel like the bands we listen to are popular with, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I have no idea. I'm so disconnected from
Well,
that,
I
I feel like
think-
a lot of younger generation kids are wearing Nirvana
Yeah,
shirts,
But I think that's also like a trendy kind of thing.
they don't really listen to it.
Yeah, like
we
Yeah.
did it with the Beatles.
Yeah,
But I actually
exactly.
listened to
And
the
you didn't-
Beatles, though. I
but-
was a huge Beatles
That's
fan.
what I mean.
though.
No, that's
but
what I
we
mean.
had friends that would wear stuff that didn't know shit. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a trendy kind of
There's
thing.
a
like,
funny.
like, how many people do you know that wear Ramones shirts that actually
I
know
know.
the Ramones?
There's a lot of people
You know?
within that metal like that. There's a funny guy on YouTube who goes to metal concerts and he'll
Mhm.
go up to people who have a shirt on, and go name 3 songs
yeah,
from
yeah,
that
I've
band,
seen
and they're
that.
like,
oh, I just got the shirt. It's just a cool shirt. You
it's
know?
like if you
yeah.
come up to me, dude, I can name fucking like 20 songs.
Yeah,
So
I
fucking-
couldn't-
I couldn't name certain bands.
This is the
where
only
couldn't
band I
name
do
songs.
know.
My-
Like,
my-
I'm
my-
usually a track number guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like track 3's dope.
Yeah,
track
the song,
5.
I don't know what the name. It's I don't know. It's
That's
fucking,
because
like,
we
number
grew up in the
6.
type of CDs.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have names on there. It would
Yeah.
say track 1, 2.
Yep.
Hey, go to track 5.
Yep.
Track 5 is my
The
favorite.
expensive
So you
CD
don't
players did,
remember the
didn't they?
names.
Later on.
Yeah. Well,
Later
yeah,
on.
and I'll look at like albums, and I'm like, I'll try to remember, or I'll go to listen to an old band. And I'm like, oh, what was that song? And I'll look at the names of the songs. I'm like,
I do that.
I don't know what the fuck.
Do they have?
And then
play
I'd
a
have to
bunch of
listen to
intros.
each
Yeah, the
song,
first
and I'm
3
like, oh,
seconds.
intros, yeah.
Do
I'm
they
like,
have-
shit, I didn't even know these songs had names.
Do they
Yeah.
have thank yous anymore? Like where they tell They don't have those anymore.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like for newer
Well, I mean,
artists.
when's the
No,
last
like
time?
remember how we used to
No, I
open
know.
up the
That's the
inside?
best part of-
Concerts.
We've talked about that.
Yeah.
Just the physical part of buying a CD
Seeing
and
who
reading.
they're thanking.
Oh, they're friends with that band.
Yeah, yeah,
Holy
yeah.
Shit, are they friends with that band? Who
Well,
are these guys? Let's
because
check them out.
that was a way to listen to
Find-
other bands.
exactly. Find
You'd be
other
like,
bands.
oh,
Social
shit,
media.
who is this band? Yeah, that's
Before social media.
When's the last CD you bought? When's the last time you bought a CD?
10 years, 15 years.
Fuck.
No, I bought a CD from Jonah, I think.
Oh,
Jonah
yeah.
did like a Kickstarter,
Mhm.
and he sent you both MP3s and CD
Okay.
in the mail because people want the physical thing.
Yeah.
Here's a reason though for that. You want to hear something crazy? Some of those things sell for a lot of money nowadays. Like I'm a
Oh,
part
yeah.
of these like Facebook Cure collecting group,
Mhm.
and they show some of their Cure memorabilia, dude, and it's
Yeah.
worth a lot of money. Deftones shit too. Like remember the old Deftones White Pony when White Pony first came out? There was a red
Different
and
colors.
black
Yeah,
version.
I have both.
Yeah, and they're limited to 3,000 each. Those things sell for like
Yeah.
$100, couple $100 a piece. I
Yeah.
think.
Fuck. I think I threw mine away.
Yeah,
I had
had-
a bunch of CDs. I was like, fuck it.
I
And
had a
just-
radio copy. Remember when Adam worked at
Dead
Zia
Sea.
Records? Well, I had a radio copy of the Primus Brown album.
yeah.
And the insert was just a sleeve. It just said Primus Brown album. It wasn't anything in it, no tracks, and it was just a brown CD.
Yeah, that's
Like,
worth
stuff
mon-
like
that's
that
probably
would
worth
be-
money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know if I even
Original
still have it.
original presses, like
Yeah.
some of like Far's early original
Well,
shit.
remember how like the B sides and they'd play a song live and they'd be like a foreign version of it
Yeah,
or something
Mhm.
like
we
that.
used to get them
like-
at shirts
yeah.
and things.
or
Yeah,
Zia.
sure. Oh, fuck,
Zia,
shirts
yeah.
and
You know what I was
things.
just
Holy
thinking
shit.
about? As a matter of fact, all the B sides on like that you could get on Nirvana's box sets now. All those songs you used to be able to go into shirts and things, and they'd have those all burned on a CD before
Yeah.
you could even buy burned
Yep.
CDs, and they'd have some like bullshit cover
And they were
they
expensive
made,
as fuck.
and they were like fucking
$50.
$50.
Yeah.
And I remember like fucking listening to these songs, like holy shit, like
Mhm.
these are like unknown rare Nirvana songs.
You remember the
know?
posters, shirts, and things you used to have? They used to have the best posters.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
That's where I got
Yeah.
the 6-foot bong.
Yeah.
They were like
Really?
Yes.
They were like a better version of. It was like Clothing City meets
Zia.
Zia.
Yep.
It was the best
Have
store.
you
I
guys
was-
been in Zia lately?
No.
They still have standing ones.
Still smells the exact same. When
Not
you
Champa.
walk in there,
It's not
yep.
Champa. That's
Yep.
that's how my room smells right now.
When you walk into Zia,
Cannabis
it,
coffee.
it
Cannabis
immediately
coffee.
takes you back. It immediately
I know, but
takes
you know
back.
what? It's
Yeah.
a fucking toy store now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all memorabilia or whatever.
You know what Zia's good for is their book section. They have a dope book section, and you said
Nerd.
comics.
They got a great comic section, yeah.
It's
Oh,
not
I
what it
forgot-
used to be.
Damn it! I forgot the script. I had the. I've had your script printed out forever. I'm so fucking. I'm an idiot. I don't like to do
What
homework. I
script?
like to do the tests.
Oh, the sound guy?
Yeah, the sound guy. I have it printed
know
out,
what,
and
dude?
it's.
I wouldn't even read it because I probably have like a very updated version that I could give you.
It was probably like 3 months ago.
Yeah, this
So you already have a newer one.
maybe.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
But I'm bad at that's. I printed it out at work and I put it in my my computer bag for work, and it's still sitting in there. I'm bad with homework. I'm better at
well,
tests.
so
You know.
the thing with that is just, honestly, you're like one of the funniest dudes I know, and the best thing that you
Mhm.
can do when you write something is just get your opinions from your close friends.
Yeah.
And then just that's what I actually was doing. I was just sending it
Yeah.
to people and then just doing.
No, I know,
rewrites
and
things
it's
like
sitting,
that,
and I'm every time I
and
'cause
you
I have
know
it
that
saved.
world.
Yeah, I
You know
have
what I
it
mean?
saved.
So-
I have it saved in my emails, and I have it printed out. I've got like 2 copies of it. But whenever I'll sit there and I'm like, shit. I'll when I have time, I'm gonna read that, and then it just escapes me, and I never do.
Dude,
and
I
I'm like,
I wouldn't even worry about
I'm
it.
like, wow. I'm like I said, I'm better because you wanted me to read it, and I'm like, well,
Whatever, bro.
yeah. I know.
And that's a wrap on episode 100 of the podcast.
Looks like
Thanks,
110
Jay.
is going to be
Jesus.
redone.
Cut. No. When was the last time that you like put in or listen to Brick, like a CD or something? Do you ever like be like, oh, I'm gonna sit down and listen to some old shit? Do you ever do that or?
Not really. We have. There's a couple people on Facebook and Instagram. There's this whole movement of new metal, like where it's like this resurgence.
You mean like
of new
old
metal?
new metal?
Old, yeah.
Is that what you call it?
Let me explain old new
Yeah.
metal.
Is it still new metal?
It's NU-METAL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or as your guitar said, metal.
Metal.
The fucking Carl's Jr. stickers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have that guitar in there.
We have.
That's not a
When I-
cannabis cough, by the way. I don't know what
Yeah.
that was. What is that?
It is a cannabis cough. That's my asthma. When I got back on Facebook after however long, my inbox was filled
With break stuff.
Yeah. My private messages from people from Russia and Brazil and Portugal and Colombia and all these people asking me like, hey, and they're young. They're younger people. And some of them are older, like asking for brick CDs. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, holy shit. Because I've been off for like 7-8 years or something. I get back on there and people are looking for our stuff in other countries. Taiwan.
Wow.
Did you send it to
the
him?
Philippines. Well, I don't have anything. I'm not like a nostalgic person.
You should have hooked him up through Adam. I'm sure Adam would have.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
So
okay.
Adam had been getting hit up by the same people.
Oh, okay.
So then all
Shout
of a
out
sudden,
to Adam.
Yeah, Adam Sandberg. Where's the? Oh yeah, there's the camera. I'm a fucking idiot.
He's high.
I'm like, yeah, I am. I get contact high easy, very easy. You can probably see it in my eyes.
I don't believe in that.
But
It's not real.
contact in a pandemic.
Yeah.
But so then on Instagram, there's actually these people. There's a guy that started. He's called it's hazardous substances, and I don't know where he's from, but he's like a fucking like a curator of new metal, and he follow him on Instagram. Like he collects, and he's got all these old pictures, and like Torque is on there, Brick. I mean, like with Korn and all those bands, like just all across the United States, every state that had a new metal movement, whatever bands were involved, this guy fucking knows about from back in the 90s.
So he cataloged everything.
And even when it was fading out in the early 2000s, any bands that are new that are doing new metal.
So is that new metal?
Yeah, new metal.
Do you
Yeah.
think there's new bands that are
and
sounding
you or
that style?
NEW?
Can you combine new metal with new old metal? Or wait, old new metal? Does that make sense?
That would
Like
be
I want to start a new metal
like
band.
vintage
It's a
Korn.
New vintage corn.
New,
No.
old, new corn.
Yeah, something like that.
Could it be old, new?
Yeah, old new.
Old, new? Old,
Mixed
new
with
metal?
new.
New, old metal?
I don't think corn was ever good, even when they were
He
old
he
new
was
metal.
just like hating on Korn.
Yeah, you were never a Korn fan. I mean, it was the only, my whole thing with Korn was like, it wasn't heard of. You didn't hear that.
Yeah.
There's nobody doing that.
Oh yeah.
And it just started.
Well,
I think a lot of people hate it because it started a whole like lifestyle, really.
but what I tell McClay is, as much as he hates Korn,
Uh-huh.
you have to respect them for like bringing the 7-string to life, because every
Steve
band
Vai.
now. Well, I know, but Steve
Yeah,
Vai didn't
yeah,
make
true,
it popular.
Yeah, true.
It was Head and Monkey in a guitar store saying, "What the fuck is that?" And
Yeah.
being the genius actually to, instead of using that extra high string, like, oh, let's add a
Yeah.
lower string so we could tune lower.
Well,
and shit. That's fucking genius.
What?
Dude.
So I guess what parallel to that was, that's how we came across them in Brick, because we were using them before we even heard of Korn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because of Brian Smythe. Brian Smythe was a big Steve Vai fan, and he found that old school Universal, the black one with the green pickups.
That's the baddest
That's
one.
the baddest one. That was the one that Nisbet had
That's probably
forever.
worth money now, huh?
Yeah, that's the one that Nisbet had forever.
remember
I don't know
that.
if he still has it or not, but we found those. Brian Smythe did, and he was like using that. He even had the shitty Steve Vai one with the handle
yeah,
cut
yeah,
into
yeah.
the top, but that was a 6-string. But we started using those, and we didn't even know. As far as I remember, we didn't even know how to tune them, because I was tuning my shitty little Yamaha bass to match. Like, I didn't know shit about tuning. I still don't know how to tune well.
You're like using a 4-string, trying to match them
Just
real low.
not knowing that you have
Yeah.
to get thicker strings, so it's just like just fucking just flapping around.
There's nothing worse sounding than the bass on a Korn CD.
But so
There isn't. There's nothing worse sounding. It sounds so terrible.
it just sounds like
It sounds like
pocket-
what that sound you just made is what it sounds like.
It sounds like you're hitting pocket change with a ruler.
It's fucking terrible.
Do you think that's him, or that's more like Ross Robinson, or because that was kind of like tone,
Well, I mean, no,
that was a
but it
tone
sounded the
created.
same live. All it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
was like no mid.
No,
Like
yeah,
the
high and
mid
low.
was just out completely. Over time, it changed a little bit, like whatever. But now bass to me, everything sounds the same.
It's 'cause it's all
Using
computerized.
everybody's using what are they called, dingwalls or whatever, and dark glass. Everybody's using it, and every bass tone sounds the same. And I've had arguments with people, but it sounds good. But people already shit on bass players as it is now to make them all sound the same, and like there's no individuality with it.
Yeah, they
And,
just follow the guitar.
Yeah, and like
That's the shittiest.
I hate that. I
it's
hate
terrible. Like I made it a point to really have like a unique sound, like
Creative bass line.
yeah, sound the tone
bass.
too.
that. Yes, the tone.
Yeah, the tone. How
everything.
I fucked
Yeah.
with my bass tone throughout the years and all the time, and I'd write it down. I'd write down my settings.
We were all
or I'd
like
mark
that.
it. Yeah, and I'd mark it, but like I would. Of course, you hear somebody play an instrument, and you're like, I love that sound, but I'm kind of wanting this to be part of it. So I'd hear stuff like I really like Dredge's bass tone, but it was a little too kind of like bonky, like the mid range for me. I always called it bonky, but I also loved Glassjaw, their bass tone.
Yeah.
But that was super
I loved
overdriven. So like I would try to get those two together. You know, I hated always sounding like, or I hate how everybody sounds the same. Like you can't differentiate any band now bass wise. Shit, guitar is starting to sound like that too. Tone, not riffs, but just tone. Like
Almost
I
just
feel
wanna-
like the creativeness in recording is going
It's because like
away.
everything's so much to a
It's all
click track
digital.
and
Yeah.
computerized that like
Mhm.
I want to go in the studio and record an album
Yeah.
where like we don't record to a click track just to have that
Look what
live and those
happened-
fuck ups because that's how old music was.
Yeah.
It just felt had more soul to it.
Yeah,
because,
look what happened when we tried
like
to
you
do.
know how the Beatles albums, like some of them, the songs will literally the tempo will
Yeah.
change. Like,
yeah.
and-
Well,
and
look at what happened when we tried to do, play on a click track to that last Ghost Life stuff we did.
It was a
didn't-
disaster.
It was like 'cause we were never that. We were all. It was. Yeah, sometimes our timing would be off. Like it would start, but we were always. It was a feel, and you can't do that with a click track. And I know that's like.
well, unless you literally go.
I know
through and
that's very
say-
boomer of me to say.
No,
but
no,
it's
that's
like,
unless you literally go through and say these measures are this timing,
Yeah.
and these measures are this timing. You know what I mean? And you change it. and the
yeah,
click track
the Dead in Our
changes.
Skin. That song. I mean, we couldn't. That song you can't do a click track to because of the cuts and everything, and I don't know.
But when you play it live, it like somehow
Yeah,
flows.
well, but
yeah.
we weren't a recording band. Like
more of a jam
we,
band.
what we did didn't to me. What we did didn't really translate into an album. I mean, it didn't translate to most people, but album wise,
Yeah, I know shit.
But we were, you know, I always tell people we were like a jam band. Like there was no rhyme or reason. We didn't have verse, chorus, verse, interlude, all that. It was just kind of like story arcs is how I felt the music.
That was my favorite part of when we'd write songs is just arranging it and making sure we weren't following that verse, chorus, verse formula.
Yeah.
Because I just hated that.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we would go so far away from that, we're like, well, let's just do a verse, chorus song, like
Yeah.
Red Pillow. You know what I mean? Or
yeah,
something.
or
And
we'd
then-
have,
and then that would be different.
or we'd
you know?
have, we'd write and be like, well, this is actually 2 songs, you know, and be like, there we go.
Yeah.
We just wrote 2 songs at once.
Yeah.
You know, that's like Diamond Heist is a perfect example, even though it's one of our later songs. Diamond Heist was always like a perfect example of like a story arc.
Yeah, because it changes out your bass line, the song,
Well,
as far as the
Yeah,
the
well, all of
complete
it,
tone,
like the
and feel.
beginning of it
Yeah.
is chaos. The whole first half of it, there's so much going on. I mean, not in a bad way, but it's chaotic, right? And I don't even know what Manny was like singing about. Like I know the lyrics, but I don't know what because he always had like he'd speak metaphorically or whatever. So I never really knew
I
what.
think it's literally about a diamond heist.
Is it literally
I think
about
so,
a diamond
I think so,
heist?
yeah.
Well, if it is, then it's perfect because it's all chaos. And then like I try to explain to people like, look, here's like, and I explain it in like a diamond heist kind of manner. I'm like, I always said, I don't know what he means, but take it literally, I guess. And everything's chaotic. Like, and then all of a sudden there's that break and it's almost like they're scot free and they get to like, they break,
Oh, yeah, and
they
then they're all
run away
happy at the
because
end.
it's all that whole upbeat, everything changes to just cut and dry. Like, the riffs are all the same. The only thing that changes is the drum pattern.
Because that's the only
Really.
time Oompa in the history of Ghost Life. I mean, it's a cheesy drum beat.
Yeah.
And Oompa's the baddest drummer ever. I'm not shitting on his drumming, but it does fit. But he was just going,
Yeah, and then he just cuts it to like halftime.
Because like I always
And
joke.
then
I remember how I'd always
tick it,
jump
tick
making
it.
fun of that part.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like making fun.
But
of
it was perfect.
no, I know.
Yeah, for
It
that,
fit,
because
yeah, it
everything
fit, it
else
fit,
is
but-
just like. But I always felt like that was like that song perfectly represented how we wrote, because the story arc, it was like this, and then it comes this way. Like it's not. And that's why I always said we were like a musician's band.
Well,
like,
R.I.P. Ghost Life. So.
yeah, rip.
Well, I expect. Speaking of Rip, did you see that?
Hymens. Dude, what? That's fucking great. That's so good. Fucking oops. I mean, rip.
I wanted to ask you before we wrap. Didn't you guys as Brick play with Systems of a Down?
Yeah.
Can you tell that story? Like, because it was in Las Vegas, right?
It was in Henderson. Same thing. It was at the Huntridge Theater. We got invited to play out because of Hemlock.
Shout out Hemlock.
Yeah, and the lineup was us, Brick, Hemlock, System of a Down, Snot, and Machine Head was the lineup,
Damn.
which was phenomenal. But nobody knew who System of a Down was.
It's before they were big.
Yeah, and I want to say they went on after us, and then Hemlock was after them, or something like that. But
Who headlined?
Machine Head.
Machine Head. Okay.
Yeah, or maybe it was Snot. No, it was Machine Head. Machine Head did. But we didn't know who System of a Down was, and of course we were stoked that we were playing on the same bill with fucking Snot,
And Machine Head.
Yeah, but I wasn't a huge Machine Head fan, but Snot, I was a huge fan of Snot and
Yeah.
Hemlock. I loved
Yeah, you're right.
Hemlock's
Me
one of
too.
the funnest bands to watch live. But so we get there and we were all stoked, and a bunch of stuff. A bunch of stuff happened. Like we went and like did laundry with Lynn from Snot, because when we got to the club, he was just like sitting on the edge of on the front of the stage with his like duffel bag of clothes. And he's just sitting there, like, literally just, like, swinging his feet on the edge of the stage. And we're, like, we walk in, we're like, it's fucking, dude, fucking Lynn from Snot, bro. And he's just sitting there, and we take him to a laundromat. Fucking smoked a cigar with him, and, like, just hung out at a laundromat with Lynn Straight. It was crazy as fuck.
Dude.
And we go back and met, like, we're just meeting everybody. The singer of Machine Head wasn't really talkative. He had strep throat, and he still fucking killed the show. The guys from Snot were super cool. The bass player from Snot just worked out the whole time, like did push-ups and fun. Like he was just working out the whole time. Guys from System of a Down, didn't really talk to him except for the drummer. Drummer was a fucking asshole prick.
He owns Torpedo Comics.
Fuck that guy. He was such an asshole. Anyways,
Is this just like backstage or something? Okay.
it was all backstage. We play, and we had a good following in Vegas. Like we had a lot of fans out there.
They used to go up there to play with Hemlock a lot. Right?
Yeah. We'd sometimes go and do our own shows without Hemlock, because we built a decent following. So, anyways, we play, and then whatever. System of Down, and finally they end up going on. Nobody knows who the hell they are. I go out into the stands. Huntridge Theater was kind of like a smaller version of Marquee Theater. It was more narrowed out, and it was actually seats, like a theater, and then just a flat, like the pit area, I guess. So we get
Pretty
done.
big. That's
Yeah, it's a decent size.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably holds about 1,500 maybe.
Oh wow.
But maybe less. But we're like, and Lynn kept talking about them, like, these guys are really good. When we were hanging out with him, he was talking them up. Like, these guys are really good. We're like, cool, fucking can't wait to hear them.
Systems of a Down.
Yeah, because they hadn't even released their first album yet.
I remember they had one song on like a Korn. Remember Korn came out with like a compilation of other bands they were promoting. And
Yeah.
they had one song on there.
Yeah, I think I might have been before that. I don't know.
Okay.
Um,
Anyway, sorry.
But so we get done. we make our way out to I make my way out to the seating area, and I'm sitting with the Nevies, Mike and Pat. I think they were both there. They drove out because of the lineup and everything, and we were all friends with them. So we're sitting, and they start playing, and the crowd's kind of quiet, and like nothing's happening, and all of a sudden, a fucking water bottle goes flying through the air, and then all the water bottles start flying through the air at System of a Down. Like the crowd just was not digging it. Like they did not like them. I mean, they were doing their political talk in between songs or whatever, but System of a Down was not well received at that show. People were literally getting up.
You're good, dude.
People were literally getting up, going to the concession stand to buy more water bottles to throw at them. Like it was bad. I want to say it was either Pat or Mike almost got in a fight because somebody threw one right behind us, and they were like, show some fucking respect. Like they were pissed, and I'm like, dude, this is fucking crazy.
Was there a lot of people?
The place was packed.
Oh, okay.
It was completely fucking packed. So they weren't well received.
You know, a funny thing, it's funny you asked, and we're talking about this right now, because literally just last night I was watching a video. It was somebody interviewing Rick Rubin, and the dude asked him, what was it like, talk about System of a Down. And Rick Rubin told the story. He goes, when I first heard System of a Down, they played a show, and people were just not having it. They were just like, they are this. It sounds so weird. He goes, and I thought it was genius. And he goes, so I kept on trying to get these radio stations to play them. And he goes, literally, whoever the main guy at K-Rock in LA, or one of those big LA channels, said to him, I will never play this band on the radio, ever. I don't care how big you are asking me to play it. I will never play this band. And Rick Rubin goes, 3 months later, they were number one.
Yeah, so it was weird because after that show, the rest of the show, of course, was great. Everybody wanted to see Snot and Machine Head. They didn't give a shit about System of a Down because they didn't know who they were. After that tour that they were on with them was when they were going into the studio to record their first album. So it was like, this was 97?
Well, they were from Las Vegas,
96?
right?
96? Who, System of a Down?
Yeah.
No, they're from like another country.
Well, they're Armenian,
yeah,
right?
Armenian, something like that. But I mean, I don't know where they actually.
I think we need to explain the state of metalheads, and especially us, even at that time, where if it's not metal, it's not cool. So everyone's kind of into like the deep, heavy vocals, and he does not sing like that.
Yeah,
so,
but I don't even think it was that, because it was. I mean, Brick, we weren't like.
But I don't mean to shit on like metal fans, but they are.
I think
pretty,
it was just
they're
different.
pretty fucking specific.
One-minded.
Yeah.
You could say that, but I would say specific. You know what I mean, about like what they want, and that is so fucking weird at the time. You know what I mean? That.
But I mean,
I could see that.
Think about having to play after the hometown band, and nobody knows who you are. Like I said, I don't remember the timeline of when they started, but I mean, if they started after Hemlock or before Hemlock, I really don't remember. But like all these bands are known. Brick was known in that town. Hemlock, of course, is known. Snot and Machine Head, and then you have this one band, and everybody's just waiting to hear the bands they want to hear. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's just how it is in general. I mean, that's how local shows were. You know, it's like dead for the first two bands, and then the third band goes on, the place is packed, they're done, next two bands have nobody to play for.
You know what was
and
weird?
Something like that, you know?
I didn't think System of a Down was weird, because I had heard, what was that band that you liked so much that almost sounded like a mix of System of a Down and like
Pulse Ultra?
Faith No More, and they had like a circus type feel. What the fuck was that band called? They had like, it was almost like circus type music, dude. And it was really weird. It was like circus type music.
I don't know.
Anyways.
I don't remember.
What was their attitude when they got off the stage?
Elation? I don't know. Like, I was just...
Like, were they
I don't remember the
defeated?
end result. I just I remember it kicking off. I remember how it was. I don't remember if I walked out. Like, I don't know. I don't remember if I left because of... I mean, it was crazy in there. Like, it was... Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, or I'm over exaggerating.
Well,
but I mean, it was riot status. Like,
because
it was bad.
when Upa explained the story to me, it was exactly what you had said. And I don't know if but I was making this up or not.
Yeah.
But he was on the side of the stage, and he said that when they got off the stage, they were all bro hugging, acting like it was the best show they ever had, and they acted like that didn't even happen.
Maybe
And I was like, holy shit, that's the fucking attitude to have in that moment.
or
right?
that's what they,
because I would feel like shit.
or they were happy they got that response. Like they're trying to get a response, and that's so they're happy. They they understood their message is probably not one that's going to be well received, and they anticipated that, and they're like, we did it. I mean, we made people usually when people get angry, it's because you're making them think, and they don't like that. You know what I mean?
Well, they're doing that political shit.
Well, yeah, but that's the
Southern
thing.
bands
Like
do that.
that's and I'm sure they were saying some anti-American things in there. Possibly, I don't remember, but
that's like not the best thing to do.
but they made people
Yeah.
have to think, and they got angry. You know what I mean? They had to think against their own government, and they got angry. I'm not trying to get all political, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
I get it. I was never a huge fan of theirs, but I get it. Make people think. That's the point, and sometimes it's not the point.
You remember when we saw them at the Heat?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
tagged their fucking trailer up with about 30 fucking Ghost Life stickers, dude.
Yeah, that was
Remember
after their albums had come out, or album.
they played with Clutch.
Yeah, fuck. Clutch has been doing a really cool YouTube thing. They're just like playing live. I know a lot of people are doing that, but it's Clutch. You know what I mean? And they're playing like new stuff too. They did a song with the singer of Lamb of God on YouTube, like live. It's fucking awesome. It was so cool. I've always loved Clutch.
Clutch is pretty dope.
I've been watching a lot of those like interview shows where they interview these old school musicians, and like I think Loudwire does one.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
Fucking
dope.
fascinating, man. I get so
Yeah.
deep, and there's always some new one to watch. And
So much YouTube.
Yeah.
There's when you were asking me about what I've been listening to, I said Spotlights. Also In Parallels. Have you heard them yet?
I think I have, yeah.
That's Ken Andrews
Yeah.
is like
okay.
engineering their album. They're so good. But speaking of like doing the live stuff like on YouTube, whatever, Spirit Box. Have you ever listened to them?
I feel like I heard of that.
She's
recently.
It's a female singer. She's badass. She's so good. They just did a live thing on Liquid Metal, and they did like their popular songs on there. I've been listening to that band a lot. They have a song called Holy Roller. The video is absolutely awesome. It's like Midsummer, Midsummer, and what was the other one? Hereditary. Or whatever, those horror movies or suspense movies.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, the video, the way it's done. It's really cool. Good band, though, female fronted. They're from Canada, but they've been doing like live on Liquid Metal. And I don't know,
How do you discover these bands? You go out of your way to really search for new music?
No, I honestly haven't been listening to music that much. DT is doing to me what I used to do to him.
God bless
Because he sits
DT.
and he just listens to music all day long.
Well, McClay used to do that too.
Yeah, DT's
What happened to you?
constantly sending me stuff.
Joe Rogan.
I send McClay stuff all the time still, and I get no response.
You don't send me anything.
Yeah, I sent you something not too long ago. I sent you
Oh yeah.
I sent you some heavy ass band,
did.
and you're like, these guys are dope.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah, DT constantly sends me stuff, and then all off of that, like something will pop up. Or whatever. It's the same old thing. It's it's an algorithm. You're listening to something else pops up.
YouTube motherfuckers would discover so many fucking bands back in the
Because
day.
remember
Every day.
when we
Yeah.
were getting really deep into music, the epiphany happened, right? That single moment that changed
You
everything.
can download, you mean?
Napster.
Napster,
Yeah. Yep. We would.
You got obsessed with that.
I got obsessed, dude.
There was so
Dude, the second I found like Dredge and those and like the biggest bands that would change my life, Dredge,
Deadsy.
Juliana Theory,
Yeah.
It felt like,
yeah. Saves the day.
Saves the Day, like
Yeah.
fuck, dude.
No, but it felt like you guys were competing against each other to see who found what band first.
Well, I don't think it was a
Kinda did.
competition. I think it's more like
Bro, you got to remember
excitement
what
to show somebody
Yes.
a new thing. Like I want them to listen. I
That
can't
is
wait
a
to see.
really good
I
feeling,
can't wait to
actually.
see their reaction to it. And then like that's the worst when you're like, you got to check this band out, and they're just like, You're like, fuck that. Just
You
give me
don't,
my fucking
you don't
CD
get it,
back.
bro. You don't get the
Yeah, you don't
artistry.
get it, man. You don't understand the artistry. I don't think you get what they're. Did you hear the timing on that part at all? Are you even listening, bro?
Yeah.
All right,
Get all
so
pissy.
before we end, we have to talk about one last thing.
Sup?
Mando.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Did you cry?
I didn't cry because my excitement because I had an idea of what was going to happen, and it wasn't that. When he had to take Grogu to sit at the Jedi Temple, right, and harness the power, and before that, harness the power of the Force. Before that, when Ahsoka Tano had said, "Take him here, and if the Force is one with him, a Jedi will reach out," right? And because she said that, I thought that Ezra was going to be the one to find him.
That's pretty much the
a lot of
rumors.
people. Here's a lot of people want Ezra so bad, but I think a lot of people also realize where they're going. They're taking them to
Yes.
Ezra. They're going to find
Well,
Ezra with Thrawn.
And the fact that Dave Filoni started
A fucking man.
writing them,
Yeah.
you know, and I give a lot of credit to the guys on NFHC podcast for talking about it, because I didn't get into the cartoons until like Rebels and stuff like that until recently. And then after watching all that, and then Mando comes out, Mandalorian, and I'm like, I'm so glad I did, because it all
Connect.
I wouldn't understand any of that. I wouldn't have known about I'm sure there's been talk of the Darksaber within our friends or whatever, but without seeing Rebels, I wouldn't have such a good understanding of the Darksaber with the Mandalorians and all that
Bo-Katan.
stuff. Yeah, all of the things. It's almost like I completely can discredit and not even consider, of course, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Like, those don't even exist.
Fuck those movies.
It's 4, 5, and 6, Rogue One, and the cartoons, and now Mandalorian that matter.
What bullshit are 7, 8, 9, man?
It's terrible. Like, if you're not a fan, they're great movies. They're fun. But if you're a fan of Star Wars, it's just
dog shit.
it's just bullshit. Like
I'm
garbage.
That's
so fucking
why-
disappointed. man.
That's why Mando
I enjoy
was so
Mando.
good.
Yeah.
Mando fucking
Makes sense.
No, Mando fucking made me fucking
Redemption.
That's what I
redeem Star
tell
Wars
people.
for me.
I have so many friends that are like, after 7, 8, and 9, fuck Star Wars. I'm like,
I
look,
understand it. I
that's
get
exactly
that.
where I was at.
get
yeah,
it.
look,
Yeah.
I get it. Just watch The Mandalorian, and I try to tell people,
I was watching
maybe try to grind Rebels first.
Yes, for 100%. And
You know?
Clone Wars.
Well, and Clone Wars, and everybody,
She'll piss you off in the beginning,
Yeah.
but you will fall
But-
in love with this character.
yeah, but the thing, because Clone Wars has a lot of filler episodes, but I think it was on Disney Plus, they have
them all.
Well, they have all of them, but they also have a separate one where it's like the episodes
fill
that
in.
matter.
Yeah.
So you skip all the garbage. You know
No
what I
way.
mean?
You just
Really?
want to see
Like-
the Darth Maul shit, the
Yeah.
fucking
Like-
Ahsoka
Are they
shit.
gonna bring him back?
Yeah.
Fucking A, they are.
Like how badass, The Next Generation, great series, but there's so many filler episodes.
Like, you want me to blow your fucking
if
mind
you got
right now?
that, if you got rid of that and just added them together, then you'd be fine.
I need to give you the comics, bro. You need to read Son of Dathomir. You need to read all these fucking comics that are the Clone Wars comics, the
Yeah.
Empire series. The Tales series.
Mm-hmm.
The shit that's coming, bro,
Ugh.
is fucking mind blowing.
Yeah.
We know what's coming from the animation side, right?
Mhm.
We're going
Dude,
to,
the Bad Batch looks
Yeah.
so good.
and that's all in the comics,
So
bro.
good.
All in the comics,
Yeah.
dude. Where they're going with Darth Maul,
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee at some point we're gonna get a Son of Dathomir series,
Yeah.
right? Which is Darth Maul, Savage Opress,
Does he have the spider
Asajj
legs?
Ventress.
Mhm.
No, wait,
Not yet.
no. It's got the Night Sisters, and they're tying all that into Mando right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So here's the way I look at it, and I told Keith this already. the finale of season 2 gave us what every real Star Wars fan wanted. They wanted badass Jedi Knight Luke fucking shit up.
Yeah.
That they should have done in the fucking movies.
Yes, in the fucking movies.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And thank fucking God, dude. That was so badass.
Yeah.
That was so amazing.
Oh, it was. So when I saw the X-wing come in, and I'm like,
Did you know right away?
I
knew right away. I stood up and I went, no.
Well,
Fucking
I didn't.
way. And
I
had my
didn't.
hands like this.
What I missed
And
was
and
I
was
didn't.
pacing.
Yep.
I was going like this.
Yeah,
was
I
like,
don't.
no
I don't remember
way.
what I was doing. I don't remember what I was doing. I heard. You hear an X-wing. I knew it was an X-wing, and I saw it kind of come in, and I didn't notice R2 on it. So
I didn't notice that either.
I just immediately I thought it was I thought I had missed where he said red leader 1 or whatever.
Well,
his tag.
yeah.
You know? I thought I
Red
missed.
5.
Yeah,
I'm not
Yeah.
even. I know this sounds so fucking gay. My heart stopped and like skipped a beat, and
Yeah.
I jumped out.
No,
of my seat.
dude, 100%.
When I saw it, I went, oh,
yeah.
because I thought it was Ezra too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was like, oh, it's
and I
Ezra,
was
you
like,
know what I mean?
because I didn't notice that. And I'm like, I'm thinking Ezra. I'm like, I can't wait to tell people I was right.
Like-
I figured it out, and then I saw the lightsaber, and I'm like,
that the
wait a
lightsaber
second.
had to give it away.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
wait. I'm
I
like,
wasn't even fucking crying during the Mando Grogu moment. I was crying.
Oh yeah,
during
just
Luke.
seeing him.
the Luke. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It
you
wasn't. I was a tears of joy. I was
Joy.
like,
Yeah, but you cry
And
at
he's
Star
just
Wars all the
fucking-
time.
He's fucking up those fucking dark troopers.
true, very
dude. He's
true.
just
Yeah.
fucking
Very
them
true.
up.
I've
He's
never-
throwing them around.
Yeah.
You're just
I've-
like, fuck.
I've never seen a
yeah,
grown
dude.
man cry so many times at Star Wars in my life.
you should have fucking seen me on this one, dude. Because okay,
on-
listen to me. I woke up on Friday morning. It was about 7 in the morning.
Mhm.
Normally, dude, I have like just bullshit errands and stuff I do up until about 11 or noon, and then I watch Mando every Friday.
Yeah.
I took my fucking morning shit and I went on Twitter, and some dude like the first post was, "Watch fucking Mando
Yeah.
before you go to work right
Yeah.
now." So I was like, oh, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just watch it." And I fucking stood in there and I was just all by myself. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
fucking just have. You just want to share that moment with somebody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I immediately fucking text. You had already
Yeah.
seen it
I
because
had-
you'd probably been up all
watched,
night.
Yeah, I watched it at 12 on
Right
Thursday.
when it
comes
drops,
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have
I
a
text your brother.
Yeah.
I text a few
One
people. I was
one of
like,
the podcasts that I help that's on my network is a Star Wars podcast, and shout out to those guys it's called Tales from the Dark Side, and those guys are super deep into Star Wars theory, right?
Mhm.
But here's the crazy thing that blows me away, and I love the guys on that show. Those guys on the show are really, really good friends, and their Star Wars knowledge is way beyond mine.
They're
But the
dorks.
problem
yours
is,
is way beyond
but
mine.
here's the problem: they take it too much. Where they can't enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they have to go.
Yeah.
they get mad.
Yeah, they get mad like when things aren't exactly meeting or.
Well, I don't. I get mad at them.
They still enjoy
Yeah.
it, but they have to like instead of me, I was
They're
just like
too analytical.
They're too analytical.
people,
Yes,
people
yes.
were complaining about
The CGI.
about Ahsoka Tana's headdress.
How long the tails were.
It
Yeah.
wasn't long enough.
Well,
And,
there
like,
was only one problem that I had with this episode, and this is what I will give those guys credit for. I agree with them. The Bo-Katan stuff and the dark
Oh,
saber.
okay.
That should have never, like when she's like, I can't take it. I got to fight him for it. No, bullshit. Sabine Wren just gave it to her.
Yeah.
She just gave it to her.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
In Rebels.
In Rebels, yeah. So bullshit. That's the only problem I had. Everything.
Yeah.
And I didn't also like, well, that wasn't the same episode. Sorry. So yeah, everything else was amazing, dude.
Yeah.
When R2 came out, dude, I was like, oh.
It's a
Yeah.
double fuck, yeah.
Oh,
shit!
yeah. And
Did
the
this get
dro-
any
and the-
better?
yeah, and the droid like, and he sees the little child sees the droid. You know what I mean? It would have been amazing if you saw like, and I forget who said this. Somebody said this and told me this, and I was like, you're fucking 100% right. If they would have showed the doors like being opened and it's R2
Oh, yeah.
opening them, and then you see Luke
Right.
walk through. You know what I
That
mean?
would have been good.
Yeah.
You know what else
really
would have
good.
been tight? Someone mentioned to me is if Mando never took his mask off until that moment.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I think it would even be
Yeah.
more emotional.
Yeah,
you know?
100%. Yeah, I agree. It was so good, man.
I
But,
just saw him.
That's a dumb complaint. but-
Have you guys heard where they're going?
Well, I try not to do all that stuff. I try not to go and read all about it
Speculate.
because then I'll get excited and it doesn't go
Disappointed.
there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Star Wars is too secretive,
Mhm.
but most people know where it's going because
Yeah,
of Filoni and Favreau
Yes.
and Pablo Hidalgo and George Lucas. You know what
Yeah.
George Lucas is getting? Fucking redemption right now because
yeah.
I'm sure he was like, We always needed badass Luke.
Yeah.
I
Having
need
Dave
you to-
Filoni part of
Yeah.
it is the most
I think
genius, smartest move Star Wars could have ever
Yes.
done, and he should have. She should redo 7,
Yeah.
8, 9. I wish.
I
I know
think-
that's not going
I
to
think
happen.
With
Grogu-
the proper story, the right story.
I don't feel like they had to pass the torch as like
I don't
as much as
get-
they had to.
Maybe
you know what
maybe
I mean?
I'm wrong, but what? Like I've said, and I've always said, and what's always bothered me is Han Solo and Leia have the twin Jedis.
That would. Yeah, I know.
What the fuck? My biggest gripe was why I'm like, okay, well, it's obvious that Rey is the sister. You know what I mean?
yeah,
and
they should have went that route. I
and
agree.
it's well, it doesn't for Star Wars fans.
But I don't even think about those movies anymore.
No, I know, but I'm just
Welcome.
saying that was like my
They're
biggest
like Game of Thrones to me.
my
They're
biggest
dead.
thing. Like my
Fucking
biggest thing
dead.
was like that was to me guessing that those movies was a no brainer. It's like, oh, brother sister, those are the twin Jedis, and it's like Palpatine.
They pulled that out of their
What
fucking ass,
the
dude.
fuck?
They shot like 10 different endings and
Yeah.
shit, and they didn't
Yeah,
know what
it's
they were
stupid.
doing. Anyway,
That's stupid. I mean, I guess good homage to, Carrie Fisher. I mean, that was pretty emotional.
they
When
fucked
that-
it up, man.
They did
should've
fuck
showed
it up, but
Carrie
it's
Fisher
still, like-
fucking fuck shit up in episode 8.
She
Yeah.
should have.
You know, they should.
Why did they? Why didn't
Stars.
another thing? Another person said. He said, "Why didn't they spend as much money to make Carrie Fisher's fucking CGI face look good? I
Yeah.
mean, they made Mark Hamill look bad as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, but
People are still complaining about
yeah, I
that.
know. Yeah, I know.
They're never gonna make.
But you know what? Here's what I think. I think Grogu was just a vehicle to get us to Luke the whole time. I think they're like,
Right
we
when I
just
saw
need
the
something
X-wing, I was
good
like,
to-
of course it's Luke. Like, why would
yeah,
Well, and it
why
makes
wouldn't
sense,
it be?
too, but,
Exactly.
like-
I thought the same
was
thing.
like,
It was boom. I was
I
like,
was like, genius.
He's
Yep.
trained by Yoda's species. Now he's training Yoda's species.
yeah, and that's where they're going next.
Yeah.
They're gonna show
then he's gonna get
Luke at the
chopped up by
Jedi
Ben.
Temple.
What's that?
And then he gets chopped up by Ben
Yeah.
because Ben fucking.
Maybe
I know.
maybe
They'll
Luke
probably-
created
they'll
a
probably-
separate
I know.
Jedi place
Yeah.
for him. You know.
Could be.
Anyway, let's get some pizza and shit.
Fuck yeah, I'm starving.
Do you want to say any plugs and how to find your podcast and shit?
Yeah, I'll just
Again?
say again, not for human consumption. We're nfhcpodcast.com, youtube.com/NFH. I don't know all the fucking plugs, but
I'll
go
put
on our
them in the
website, nfhcpodcast.com. Everything is there. Check out our Patreon if you want to subscribe. We have a lot of stuff behind our paywalls, bonus episodes, things like that. There's, and you can go back and listen to all of them. Sometimes some of them we'll release for free. Some are behind a paywall. Get in there, subscribe. Our Discord is absolutely crazy and insane. And if you're into poop and cum, it's a perfect show for you. So check
Awesome.
it out, nfhcpodcast.com.
Hell yeah. Do you have any plugs or are you?
I'm good to go, brother.
All right. This is the Bogcast. If you want to watch more videos, just you can find them above McClay's head, and that is a wrap on episode 110.
All right, let's do this. Ads, baby. Ads, baby.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
ads.
wait, let's do that again, man. Ads, baby. Ads, baby.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
ads.
wait, let's do that again, man.
Ads, baby. Ads,
I don't
baby.
know. I'm fucking just trying to fucking get the fuck out of here, dude. We have now partnered with Mellow by Design to bring you handcrafted, high-quality CBD at a discounted price. No promo code.
Nope.
All you have to do is go to bogcastcbd.com, and all the prices are already reduced. Tinctures, topical sprays, pet drops, salves, and even hand sanitizer.
COVID, bro.
Vegan-friendly, all-natural, gluten-free, and sweetener-free. No THC.
Bummer.
Oh, my God.
They won't watch this.
Bang.